The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
What?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Stutter! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this BA Day, September 2nd, 2025. This program begins now.
Football
is magical, and obviously there's so much to talk about. We are just 2 days away from the NFL season kicking off. We're completely wrapped with week one of the college football season, and football season has officially begun. You can almost feel the crisp in the air saying, hey, welcome to football season. Hey, you know what's around the corner? All the holidays. You know what else? Meaningful football, literally starting on Thursday night as Philadelphia hosts the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of stories coming out of Dallas. David Mulligetta, who is Micah Parsons' agent, was on with First Take this morning and said a lot of from his side that we hadn't heard. You know, the whole shove it up my ass is what Jerry Jones said that the agent told him. He said, that's not what I said at all. He gave a couple answers. We'll talk about that. But we know it's football season whenever we start getting our weekly guests.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
We announced last week Coach Rule will be joining us every single week. We announced Coach Saban will be joining us every single week.
Pumped.
As you saw in the opening shot, there was a Kangol hat sitting in the back corner. That can only be one man. That man happens to be football coach for 47 years of his life. Only fired 9 times.
Wow.
3-time Super Bowl champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Arians. BA, we can't appreciate you enough for doing this. I'm obviously a huge fan of yours. I got a chance to watch you work, both whenever I was a fan at home as the Pittsburgh Steelers and then with the Indianapolis Colts for the year where you were the interim coach. I just so happened to sit next to you in the team meeting for the first couple of weeks before you became the head coach. Got a chance to learn about you quickly, and we all watched you work and do your thing. Not only respectful to Chuck Pagano, the man that hired you as the head coach, but the way you were able to command everybody's excellence because of who you were and the amount of respect everybody had in the room for you. It was really cool to watch you do your thing. And then obviously you're the only person that's given AQ Shipley a job. So we are very thankful for that.
2 of them.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, we're very appreciative of you, man. And this year will be a fun one. Have you looked forward to what the season's going to be, having to talk about it every single Tuesday? This is a pretty big spot here. Monday Night Football is going to end. The entire weekend's going to wrap. And we are going to be looking through your brain to tell us how we should feel about everything. Right, boys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so Tuesday, you're going to be setting our thoughts and narratives for everything. Have you thought about that? And thank you for agreeing to do this.
Oh, man, it's my pleasure, boys. It's an honor to be here and looking really forward, excited, ready to roll.
You're one of our first guests whenever we were still doing the show in the basement of my house. You joined us, and you've always been incredibly cool to me, both while you were coaching, while I was retired, while I was playing, and we can't thank you. And you look so cool.
Mm-hmm. Always.
You can feel the cool, kind of radiating from him. Not your NFL vet, Darius J. Butler is here.
Yes,
is that
sir.
your son, Day Red from Tiger Woods right there?
They wasn't presence of greatness today, so I had to, wear the GOAT stuff, had to do it.
Bruce, a big-time golfer.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce, also a guy, BA's not scared to let a wedge know that it is no longer supposed to be in a bag. It is supposed to be in the bottom of a pond. One of the greatest club throwers of all time, I think people would say about you.
I think we tried to count them the other day. They're 16, 17, and 18 at Great Waters, where I live. It's all water. I've lived there 19 years now. I think there's 37 clubs in there. 7 irons, 8 irons, a few putters, a lot of putters.
A lot of putters.
I actually paid one kid to go in there and get $500. You go. I like that damn putter. I don't know why I did it.
That's that competitive spirit. 47 years as a coach, you got to love ball, and you have more stories about players from the history of the game. We can't wait to hear them all. literally just sitting over here. It's hard not to just,
Yeah.
hey.
Right.
We're for 3-4 hours before the show starts. It's hard not to just ask about everything. We got to save some of the stuff for the air, which we will. Toxic Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Hey, David Mulugeta on with First Take was intriguing.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Certainly.
So while I was in Australia, Dahn under, beautiful country, great food. Don't have to get into that again. But Michael Irvin had Jerry Jones on his show, and I must have missed this clip until very recently. Here's Jerry Jones chit-chatting about, following up on the negotiated agreement that he had with Micah Parsons over dinner or whatever it was, and reaching out to the agent to make it official in the conversation. Here's how Jerry Jones says that went.
When we wanted to send the details to the agent told us to stick it up our ass.
Wait, now see,
Just so you're clear.
Wait. What do you mean? So wait.
No,
what do you mean? Because people going to ask.
Mike and I talked, and then we were going to send it over to the agent. And we had our agreements on term, amount, guarantees, everything. We were going to send it over to the agent. And the agent said, don't bother because we've got all that to negotiate. Well, I'd already negotiated. I'd already moved off my mark over several areas.
So he said, listen, I already gave up a lot in this negotiation with Micah. And then, the conversation then leads, how much can you really get negotiated at a dinner? Did Micah know he was in the middle of a negotiation? Well, Mulugeta responded about the stick it up your ass comment and don't even bother. Here's how he says it went down.
When he made a contract offer, he brought up some stick it up your ass comment that came out of your mouth, the mouth of the representation for Micah Parsons. I want you to address that and whether or not there's any truth to what he articulated to myself, to Michael Irvin and others in regards to that.
Yeah, it might be hard for some to believe, but I don't think I've ever used that phrase in my life. Okay. And in my 40 plus years, I definitely wouldn't use it with somebody that I have to work with or somebody that I plan on working with in the future. So no, that wasn't true. And it was a misrepresentation of what I said. What I did tell them was if they believed that the contract was already finalized and they were sending it over to me to be rubber stamped, then, they probably shouldn't send it over.
Okay, so he said this is not over. We're still in the middle of this. Now, you obviously 47 years coaching, who knows how long, 3 decades plus, I assume, with the NFL, in the NFL, still around the NFL. When these types of negotiations get this tense and this ugly, is this a definite outcome of a trade, or have you ever seen money make up for these? Is this normal to have this much tension in a negotiation that happened?
I've seen a few get really hot, and then owners pay the fine when they don't show up, but never like this. Not like this. Not this public. These things getting so public now. They never used to get this public.
Jerry Jones, you never coached for the Dallas Cowboys, right?
No.
You obviously have a lot of friends who have been down there. Different place because it's operated fully like a business. I think after watching that documentary, everybody's takeaway is Jerry's obviously one of the greatest promoters of all time. He was maybe supposed to be in wrestling, in maybe fighting promotions or something like that. Instead, he had a love of the Dallas Cowboys and of football. He runs it like a business, tours through the building throughout the season. The weight room, you're being watched. I think there's actually an office building next to the practice field, so people can rent the offices to watch. Everybody around here has such a panic and a fear of what Bill Belichick's watching practice. If there's a plane flying over top of practice, Bill Polian was shutting down practice. Nobody move until that thing gets out of here. Who is it? That's them. We know that's them. That is how I think, exactly.
That was me.
That's exactly how you feel as well. So, when you hear that stuff out of Dallas, and then you see how loud this type is that suitable to win or conducive to win a Super Bowl? You think you can do it with how hard it is to win a Super Bowl already? I think a lot of Cowboys fans are instead of running a business and wanting to stir up drama, let's try to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Do you think it's possible with how hard it is to win a game in the NFL?
Yeah, I think bygones can be bygones when the money flies. That fixes everything. But those feelings never go away. And I think it's very hard to reshape that relationship. It's going to be a new relationship now.
Yeah.
It might have been, I love playing for you. Now,
him and
boss,
Micah,
and this is business.
Him and Micah Dunn, I think. the locker room, we haven't heard the locker room. Dak Prescott said both sides are happy about this. Both sides are happy with the outcome, I think is Dak's exact quote whenever he was chit-chatting about Micah leaving. They get 2 first-round picks. Obviously, Jerry Jones says, hey, the future's bright with these 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years. Who says I don't make a move right now?
That's right.
And they paid Deron Bland. He was able to do that. But it's like, do you think everything that Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys do, they haven't been, 29 years? It's been since they get. Do you think it is capable of winning a Super Bowl this time?
Yeah, I think so. The one thing they do, everything they believe is the best for the Cowboys. Now, if we believe it, that's a different story. But what they believe that, and Jerry and Steven really think every move they make is the best thing for the Dallas Cowboys to win a Super Bowl.
Do you think it is, though? Do you think like tours around the building and stuff like that?
I would go crazy.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at here.
I would go crazy.
Like, it's really hard to win. And they're selling VIP tickets for people to overlook practices. It's like, even me as a punter, bottom of totem pole, which I think is actually like the most powerful position, but the saying is bottom of totem pole as if it means nothing. So let's just say bottom of totem pole, reality, top of totem pole though. Least important person in there. If we have a fake punt practicing and there's 5 people that I don't know watching, I, as punter, gonna go, I'm screwed. That person is going to tell somebody it's going to do that. Imagine that for every practice. I don't know. Coach Mike McCarthy said it's just a part of it. You just got to do that entire thing. I think Dr. Pepper's in the building. I think they actually are in the building, which, by the way, 88 years supporting college football. I think Jerry Jones should be pumped that Dr. Pepper's in that office building overlooking the practice field, as opposed to somebody else who maybe runs the Eagles or the Giants or the Washington Commanders, anything like that. It is wild. Like, that feels like something that is very unique to the Dallas Cowboys than anywhere else in the NFL.
Yeah, I go way back to the days when you knew people were skunking practice. Back in the SEC, you see somebody up in a tree and go get him. I remember Danny Ford got caught jumping over the fence one time as a young assistant scouting Ole Miss. And
Danny, that baby Danny, going for the team.
So it's like, I've always had that phobia. Like, who the hell's that? Nobody's watching our practice. Nobody's around our practice. I want black tarps everywhere, And I think way back at Alabama, Coach Bryant, there was a pizza shop across the street, and all of a sudden they had a rooftop bar. He shut that down quick.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm telling you, it felt like that with everybody. I mean, up there in New England with the greatest dynasty, Bill Belichick said nothing to the media. I mean, they were trying to get everything from everybody else, is what everybody assumed. Like, Bill Polian was shutting down people that had hoodies too close to their eyes at training camp. That's a little suspicious. Go check that guy. What's he got? He's probably got a camera on his thing getting our practice and our calls right now. Like, that was the heightened sense of, like, we are not allowing anybody to get any of our stuff. And then down there, just the entire show. I think it's great for us as, like, outsiders.
Yeah, sure.
But I think, like, a lot of Cowboys fans are like, hey, we became Cowboys fans probably because of something like this, because of the spectacle, because of the show. But now that we're here, hey, let's win a little bit. Let's try to do that. I don't know if
they can still win, though. I mean, because you got to think, they were
Super Bowl.
They were so far ahead of the times, 30 years ago, but they were still winning. But it was so much shit. They were like the Beatles, They were all superstars: Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, all these guys, bringing in Deion Sanders. But they got the job done. Once they got inside those white lines, the coach, whether it was Jimmy Johnson or Barry Switzer or whoever it was, they got the guys going. So that's what it's going to come down to. They have drafted well. They have had good guys in the building, good enough players and good enough teams to win 12 and 10 and 13 games in season. So you have the talent. So you can't use that as an excuse as a player, coach, and staff once you get in there. Hey, because if you got a playoff game at home, and you get the shit kicked out of you by the Packers, they ain't got nothing to do with the tours and all that. And this at that point now.
Well, unless they know you're
the
playing.
offseason's going to be loud.
True.
Every time you turn on ESPN or any network, you're going to be talked about. That's an extra weight, but. To be an excuse to say that they can't win, will it be tougher? Yeah, for sure. But I think they can still get the job done and win the games. And ultimately, winning a Super Bowl is hard. Shit, you're 3-time champ. It's tough to do. A lot of things got to go right. But you got one of the better quarterbacks in the league. You got a decent roster around them. I still think they can get over that hump and win. But with Jerry running the show,
a lot of distractions, man. I'm just saying, it's a lot of distractions. Dude.
I think that's the key word: distraction.
It's a lot of them.
Because
you got to be like a certain type of guy.
Today's days, the guys are different. All right, they're not wired in like the old guys used to be. So they're looking around. They're always looking for that next opportunity to sell my brand. All right, so it's like this isn't the same guys you used to coach. the Michael Irvins. It's not those guys. This is a totally different new era.
Well, and that's
and you can't blame them because it's literally all been surrounding them. Like, this is just a reality. Their entire lives, they've been surrounded by this and like capitalizing off opportunities and bringing a lot of money. A lot of these guys are making a lot of money very, very young. So brand building and money and business and everything is it's something that's just who they are at this stage of life, and I think everybody's going to be going forward. But I think even back in the day, if social media was as prevalent as it was right now, I think Michael Irvin might have got distracted a little bit with the business opportunities.
Yeah.
Like, not that he wasn't.
Playmaker handle it.
Yeah, Playmaker will certainly show up on Sundays and ball out.
Mike would have handled it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Mike his due.
But I think
we love Mike. Yes.
I think that's what you're saying. Like, if you're the fans, they take everything that D-But's saying. It's like, yeah, now imagine if football was the main focus and everything else wasn't, secondary, where it's flipped. It's like they have a lot of good players. They have all these things, but it still seems like at the end of the day, like they're the most valuable franchise in the world. And that is the end all be all. Like football, obviously, if you win, like that will help that. But at the end of the day, like all the other stuff comes before the actual football does.
Yeah, like it feels like the rise of the Cowboys is because of Jerry and the fall of the Cowboys is because of Jerry. Like what he has done to build the Cowboys, the reason the Cowboys are the Cowboys is because of Jerry Jones, and that was very necessary for the NFL. Like that was the big thing learning from the documentary was realizing, how small compared to today as the NFL was in the 80s and 90s. And Jerry helped build all that, and it was awesome. And you needed the soap opera. You needed to build the brand of the team because the Cowboys were kind of the first and then everyone else followed. But that was to get money and to make the league successful. Like now every team is worth billions of dollars, and now the league is successful. So all that stuff that made the Cowboys, great in this soap opera, in the most valued franchise in football is now the same exact thing that is killing their entire franchise.
Maybe. We don't know. I might win.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like all the definites. Like Nico down there in Dallas with the Mavericks. Like if he ends up getting a team, if he ends up building a team within the next couple of years, everybody that's saying you're the biggest doofus of all time has to like kind of sit on it.
Yeah, but Nico had a 0.5% chance to win the first pick, and he got it, and they got Cooper Flag, and that's going to work out for Nico, and it's great. But that was fucking lucky. Excuse me, I didn't realize I was.
It's okay. You get pretty jacked up.
Pretty jacked up, yeah. But now, like with the Cowboys, it's different. Like if Nico doesn't get the first pick, and they end up with some guy.
What I'm saying, they do.
They did, yeah.
I'm just saying about the reality of the situation. That did happen.
But they're straight to shitter then.
If they don't get the one. Yes, we agree.
And that's
but they did. So the reality of the situation is Nico could say, knew there was always a possibility.
Yeah.
We get the number one overall pick, especially with these things. It ends up happening. People say it was 0.5%. 0.5% will trade Luka.
Yeah.
And then there's a way that he could spin that as being a success. It's just like the Atlanta Falcons when they draft Michael Penix. Right after Kirk Cousins, they pay him $180 million. They draft Michael Penix. We all kill him. We all kill him.
Yep.
Pretty big. And then Michael Penix ends up being their starter because Kirk goes through a funk. It's like, all right, I guess maybe they had a plan there. Jordan Love draft, Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
Same exact thing. We all kill him. It's like sports are interesting.
Jerry might get Arch.
There's a chance.
They might get Arch in the next 2 years.
Is Arch?
Well, yeah, do they want him?
Or Jeremiah Smith.
So there is. But you're just saying, like, it could end up working out very well for Jerry.
Definitely.
But it's just all the shit that happens on the day-to-day that makes you wonder, like, is 2025 the right time to have all that distraction and still win? I don't know. You're going to have to get people to lock in.
I will say this. Everybody that I know that's worked for the Cowboys loves Jerry. That he gives you everything you need and ask for as a coach or a manager to win. And so I am a fan of Jerry and Steve, and I think they'd be fun to work for. But, man, those distractions would drive me personally crazy.
Yeah, I guess the weight room watching is a hilarious. That's just people looking through the thing.
Yeah. Mike McCarthy was the same, though. He didn't say one
Jerry.
Bad thing about Jerry.
Yeah, I love Jerry. And that was fresh. Like that was
right after he got let go.
Yeah, fresh out of the entire situation. Now let's go to a guy who's experiencing something brand new, who's very good as an NFL coach for a long time. Last night, we felt it.
Oh, boy.
We were there in Chapel Bill. Hey, that first drive, I would say 5 minutes before kickoff, maybe 10. 10 minutes before kickoff, first drive, touchdown.
Here we go.
Place going crazy. New light show in the stadium. Okay, they had Petey Pablo out there. TCU kind of stole Petey Pablo. I'm going to say it. Petey Pablo comes on the screen and says, North Carolina. Then they start playing a song. North Carolina's walking out from the tunnel, but the entire stadium's dark. They're up on a jumbotron up here. Petey Pablo's North Carolina, go on and raise the starts playing. I'm like, this is awesome. Lights start hitting on the seats. It's like North Carolina's doing it right now. TCU, middle of as beats dropping on that, jogs out, boos from everywhere.
Oh no!
So now the Petey Pablo thing is dead. Just TCU stole it, just completely stole it with the boos. So we're like, oh no, we got to recalibrate here. Change the song up there. Then the boys come out, place goes apeshit. Then that was the first time the lights were on and the place was packed. 20 minutes before that game was about to be kicked off, it was not packed out. There was a lot of seats. There were still a lot of seats. We were doing that kickoff show, and I think Matt Berry said, like, this place is going to be packed and full of energy. And I looked around. I mean, Des looked around. We're like, we hope so, man. Like, we are literally hoping so. And it did. And I think with the hills and the traffic to get in there, I think that's a tough place to navigate.
Yeah, how's good tailgating too.
They had great
tailgating. It's tailgating, baby. It's all tailgating.
Perfect weather. It was
great setups too. I saw some real nice barbecue rigs out there.
I Jordan brand on it.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. Fill up, goes crazy. TCU almost steals it. They come back. Place goes ape shit. They get the ball. Interesting little coin toss there. Because they deferred till the second half, asked the North Carolina guys what they wanted to do. Looked like there was a little bit of confusion. Bill Belichick situational football here. This is the first time we get an opportunity to do that. Want the ball. Okay, don't want to kick both halves here.
Yep.
That's what you want to do. The ref says that. You want the ball. Got it. Okay, you'll take the ball. Kick off. They go down and score. Place goes crazy. We're sitting there. This place is going to host a college football playoff game. We're saying that. This is going to be a college football playoff game here. Bill Belichick, of course. We just saw what Matt Patricia did to the Texas offense. Bill Belichick, obviously, doesn't matter if he's got all the 5 stars. He's going to be able to out-navigate, out-coach. He's going to be the superior product on the field. He's going to be a Bill Belichick team. That's what was being said by us and everybody on this. Place was going crazy. Music, all of it. All the lights. They turned off the lights after a touchdown, did the whole thing. It was like, this is what it is. Welcome, North Carolina, back to big-time football. It changed. They scored a lot of points.
Pretty quick.
That other team scored a lot of points. And it all goes back to there was one timeout where they didn't play music. It was just the band playing.
Oh, jeez.
Lights were out during a timeout. Just band playing over there. Drumline did a great job early. Just band playing over there. I felt it. I felt the entire
the air
just come out of that
Here
place.
comes the storm.
And on the other side, it was a TCU smack in the mouth fest. There's a lot of things that are going to happen here. Johnson comes in at the end of the game after snapping his leg in half last year. What a great story. Throws a touchdown to his little brother. That was cool for the North Carolina Tar Heels. But I think we all were reminded, TCU's got a good football team.
Yes, they do.
Now, I even said during my pick, TCU's got a lot to pull from here. Only reason why we're here is because Bill Belichick is here. They knew that. They heard that. They had 16 returning starters, a lot of vets. Quarterback can spin it. And Sonny Dykes, I think, really loved this as opening night for his team. And they put on quite a show, and they beat the hell out of North Carolina last night. Boy, did they ever. And I don't know what the Tar Heels look like. They got Charlotte on Saturday. Charlotte is in North Carolina.
Good opportunity.
Okay, that is a short week. They got Charlotte. A lot of people around there saying, if we would have won last night, Bill was going to be miserable because we got Charlotte coming up. If we were to lose tonight, is Charlotte coming? Boy, it's going to be bad. It's a big one on Saturday for this North Carolina team. D. Butch, you were down there. Boots on the ground. You've seen it for yourself.
Yeah.
Desmond said on the kickoff show, he's picking TCU, but I'm pulling for these North Carolina guys. It felt like there was 2 different levels on the field last night for most of everything but the first drive.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take for Bill Belichick's coaching and development to kick in for that North Carolina team to become a squad? What are your thoughts?
I mean, look, the coaching. Look, I trust Bill. Bill knows football. The guys are going to be prepared. You mentioned Matty P. Matty P's dealing with different ingredients. Different ingredients going into that recipe. So when you're especially in the college level, it's a little more fair, a little more even picking on the NFL level. And at college level, he was kind of late to the party with recruiting as well. One big thing that stood out yesterday, especially when we had Pate on, and I talked to some guys who are tapped into the college game on the sideline before the game. Nobody had a clue what that UNC team, what that roster was going to look like. Nobody knew. They couldn't tell me 5 players on that roster, so that was alarming. You mentioned Sonny Dykes and his team. We know it's a talented ball club. I don't know if it turns around. I don't know if it gets better. It was ugly last night.
No.
It started great.
Dude,
Look,
don't
they can never take that first drive away from them. That first.
Hey, that's what it's supposed to be.
Came out and executed it. It was great environment. MJ in the building. LT's back.
They didn't play. They didn't get to play.
None of them ran out of that tunnel in the smoke. But
Randy,
it's gonna be
Big
tough.
E there with him. Man, he's a Jack Stamp.
I will always say this: coaches don't get to play.
Nope.
You got to have players, and they have 8 players.
Yeah, but if you're a player,
They have 8 players. Look, their other tied in white and purple, they had players.
Yes.
All right. And Sonny Dykes is one hell of a coach. I actually coached with his dad, Spike, who was a great man, a hell of a coach. He built Texas Tech back up. But coaches, they don't win games. Players win games. Coaches lose games. All right. You can have they had the greatest coach in the world.
Yep.
You ain't got no players, you ain't got no chance.
yeah, D, but you got to think, like, all those things you just mentioned. Like, if you're a high school kid and you see Lawrence Taylor and Michael Jordan and all these legends at a game, you might think, okay, that's cool. But I believe they already got, like, the #1 QB of one of the draft classes coming up.
We hope so.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's plenty of time to switch that around.
I hope so.
Hey, where these kids decommit now, it's all about the cash, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they got a bunch.
And if they're leaning on that, like, you think Michael Jordan's coming next week? After last night, you think Michael Jordan's flying
I
his
will
jet
say
back
this.
down there?
I know Michael Jordan gets, I assume UNC Duke, every time it's played there, fills up that stadium. 51,000 is max capacity. I assume he goes to the basketball games and gets a lot of love. I mean, that was 51,000 people strong, giving MJ a lot of love. I mean, Coach Williams is sitting right next to him. There's not even a thing. Not even a thing said about him.
Right.
And it's just like, it's Michael Jordan right here. Don't worry about who's next to him, a couple of national champions. Just look at Michael Jordan. And at the beginning, whenever he got 51,000 going strong for him, it was awesome. Place went crazy.
Environment was amazing.
What we felt that first drive, they're going to be hunting that.
Okay. Yeah.
That is that is everything we need. That is what we're searching for. And for the TCU team, all of us on the set talking before the game and everybody that was on the field very much understood that you had all the motivation in the world. Nobody was talking about you guys at all. But to be clear, your game's probably on Saturday at noon. If not. So,
true.
You're on Monday night because of Bill Belichick.
Good showcase.
And it was great for your team to go and kill it. And they did dominate. And that Hoover boy.
Oh, he can spin it.
He can spin it.
Yes, he can. He can spin it.
Interesting. Coach, what's the message to the team after that? You know, you come out there, you give up. You have all these expectations. You have all these eyes. You're trying to – no, seriously. You're building a new culture. And you're dealing with much younger kids now. But, like, what's the message to that team in the locker room if you are Bill Belichick going forward?
Honesty. Honesty. You got to be honest with the guys. Look, this is what we did good. This is what we did bad. We did a lot of bad. All right? We can't get our ass kicked up front like they kicked our ass. We got to get better in the trenches on both sides quick. And for Bill, it's all about fundamentals. You know, Bill.
Yep.
I mean, he's just going to go back to the fundamentals and do his thing. They'll be well coached. We all know that. And but the old saying, you can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Ain't that the truth?
All right, and that's the first time Carolina football ever looked like that.
I've
watched Carolina football for a long, long time. And they've never had that atmosphere.
Oh, you're talking about the vibes.
The vibe at their basketball school.
Yes.
Now, Mac he had a couple great teams, but Carolina is never known for football. I mean, they're the tailgate city. And it's like, that was a great vibe to see. Now, if they can build off that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
If they had 30 top recruits there, they'd leave at the first quarter. Get them out.
First drive.
Yeah, right.
I'm telling you, that first drive. All right, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
A lot of people at the FBO.
That's like, I don't know what he's telling his team, but I am pretty sure Bill knew that they were going to get the doors blowing off him going into that game. If we're talking about a guy who would go in on Saturdays or Fridays and tell the entire team how an NFL game is going to go, and then for that to happen in an NFL game, like I'm assuming he knew Sonny Dykes is going to beat the piss out of my boys tonight, but this is a 3-year thing.
I don't know, dude. I was talking to I'm telling you, I don't.
He don't think like that. No, that ain't never entered his mind.
It's a path. It's always a path.
He also never said, hey, have fun out there. I think this is a different Bill, and he's telling guys to have fun. I'm assuming he knew, hey, I got a bunch of guys who are coming from Holy Cross. I'm assuming my center's probably going to give a half-hour, pump-up speech before the game.
That was a lot of time.
And then we're going to go out there and get killed, but that's okay because I signed a 10-year deal. I'm going to be here for all 10 of them. And probably halfway through this, we might turn it around a little bit.
Congrats to TCU. Huge win.
Yeah,
Amen.
Their Twitter X account.
Hey, social media folks, good work.
They're ready.
They were going last night.
Their general manager, Ryan Dorchester, used to be equipment manager at WVU whenever I was there. Great dude. Now he's the GM of TCU. I did not know that. I should have known that. I saw him right before I go out to do the show. And I go, dude, good to see you or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm GM here or whatever. I'm like, that's sick, because he worked his way up into the coaching ranks and everything like that, and through football ops. And he was with Dana for a little bit, and then I think he was somewhere else, and then now he's the GM there. And boy, it really felt like they were excited for the opportunity. Like, I think they were very pumped. I think they didn't know exactly what Bill's team was going to look like, because I think there was a chance.
Nobody did.
There's a chance that Bill was going to be able to get these guys we never heard of to all have perfect. They didn't have spring ball. These guys were only here for training camp.
70 new guys.
3 weeks. We thought there was a chance that he was going to be able to get, schemes in there.
Of course.
And maybe keep the under, too. Keep this a low score.
Yeah, right. Needed that.
Instead, TCU said, we'll get it.
Yeah.
We got it. No problem. We'll go get it ourselves.
He should have got Matty P to send Caleb Downs and some of them other players over there.
Definitely needed that. We should have given we need to give more love to TCU.
Yeah, definitely.
And Saturday is a big one for UNC. This is a must win for the UNC.
Laying 14.5 now.
This is a big one for the Tar Heels. I think he needs to go with Johnson's boy.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Big bad Brad Johnson.
He was slinging it.
I think he needs to kind of be the guy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now. He is here for Gold Bar Whiskey, the official whiskey of the San Francisco 49ers. They have a first ever collab drink with somebody.
Ooh.
Now, I was not able to enjoy it this morning. It's called the Joe Montana Gold Bar with Double Gold.
Double gold.
We knew that was the name.
Yep.
Didn't we, BA? We talked about the name all morning.
All day.
Well, maybe all day. We'll see.
We probably will.
Ty, you tried one of these things.
I did.
It's a mule, right? It's whiskey.
Yeah, pretty much a whiskey mule. It was delicious, and I'm not usually a canned cocktail guy.
It is something that seems delightful early. It's with that man, ladies and gentlemen. 4-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, 5-time All-Pro, and 8-time Pro Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Paisano greatness, Joe Montana.
Yay!
Thank you, guys. Oh, my. How's everybody?
Well, we've already had a couple double golds over here. How are you?
Hey, you know what? I'm doing great. Just happy to be a part of. Had a great connection with these guys, and it's also part of the 49ers are involved. And the drink, and you said it best. I'm usually not a canned cocktail person either, but this has been something that was developed, and it's pretty refreshing. And I have a friend of mine who tried it, who doesn't like whiskey at all. And he says now that he has it, he drinks one every night. So
okay,
it's just, and it's available in retailers now around California and on their website, goldbarwhiskey.com, along with the retro bourbon that they're doing for it's an 85 proof for in coordination with the Super Bowl coming back to here. That was here in 85 in San Francisco. And it's another thing that we're involved with, that I'm involved with, that I think people are going to love.
85 proof whiskey, 8% alcohol can. I mean, we got some good stuff coming out of Gold Bar Distillery out there.
You're right.
Happy you're involved with it all. Happy that San Francisco 49ers and you are still so damn synonymous. What do you think about this season? It feels like Christian McCaffrey back healthy is a much better place to be than where we were literally 1 year ago when we just learned. I don't know how much you knew before everybody else. When we find out that Christian McCaffrey has the word Achilles involved in anything, we obviously immediately worried. It was tendonitis. He basically missed all year. We found out like 3 days before the season started. That kind of dampened everything, and I think the season went blah, 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 blah. This year feels like could be a bounce back year for the Niners in a big way. How do you feel?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they definitely have the team to be able to go in and compete with anybody. Obviously with Christian coming back is a huge plus to that offense. Takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback. I think he got a little feeling the pressure where he felt like he had to do and contribute more instead of just going and doing what he'd done for his whole life, and just be yourself. And we always have that tendency that we want to make the change and make it quick, and now we got to make something happen. And so I think he just got caught up in that, and I think you'll see a different player coming up this year.
Do you like Brock Purdy a lot, Joe? How have you got the chance to talk to him? It feels like you guys have similar mindsets. I'm not 100% sure if you feel that way, but he seems to be ultra competitive and very cool, which obviously you have similar traits.
Yeah, I mean, I really like him. He usually doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and he's careful with the football. He's got great placement of it, as you can see here, and I just think he's got the right demeanor, and everybody has those kind of years. I had them. Everyone you can go to and look around at anybody, Brady, everybody. When injuries start taking place, your whole team changes, and then the quarterback seems sometimes that it's all rides on their back. That they sometimes believe, and so they start doing things they wouldn't normally do. But I think he'll be fine.
Shanahan's offense has a lot of running, a lot of power. Obviously we've seen Trent in motion and everything like that. The Philadelphia Eagles just blew out the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. It feels like we're getting back to some power football. You like that, Joe? I feel like we football people all enjoy the way it's headed as opposed to where we all thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
Feels like it's cyclical right now.
Yeah, I always said, when you go back and you look at the teams who win consistently, they always got a pretty good running game, and they stay consistent with it. And obviously Philly has had that. But I saw some guy named McAfee on a couple highlights a little while ago. So you running with the ball.
Come on, Joe.
Kicking the ball.
Joe, I'm from Pittsburgh, bro. You get it. You understand that this happens.
I got you. I just want to let you know it didn't go unnoticed. You did a little bit of everything. I love
Put on
it.
to Twitter. That's going to be on my descriptor now. Joe Montana saw me make some plays, complimented it. That's huge for me, Joe. Paisan, I want to let you know that is gigantic for me. I think physical football is a good thing for our sport. And I think it's also, anytime we got the trenches kind of deciding games, which I think we're at the point again, once it being that, I think that's how the game was supposed to be played. Ty has a question for you about that Super Bowl.
Yeah, Joe, when you look at the Chiefs, because they got beat so bad by the Eagles, I think everyone's kind of just writing them off this year, and maybe it's Chiefs fatigue. Everyone thinks, hey, they had their run, they're kind of done. But with the documentary coming out, The Kingdom on ESPN, that kind of, goes over the dynasty that they've created and everything, do you think Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs are poised to have a big year this year? Because it feels like nobody's really given them a realistic shot to win the Super Bowl.
Well, we all always obviously have an offensive player, but everybody points to the offense. But really, when it comes down to it, the teams that win consistently up there have a pretty good defense. And you can go back over the years where I always argue with Ronnie a lot about what was our better teams, because we had a little bit more offense later in the years when you got Jerry Rice and that. But I think they're fine. But you got to be able to stop people also. And I think that's the thing about it is you can go back and look, and they just didn't. They couldn't stop Philadelphia. And when you can't do that, you can score a lot of points, but you keep getting outscored. And although this was not that way, and like I said, guys who've had great years go back. You can go back when Danny came here. Unfortunately, Danny and I are great friends, but had a great year. But our defense was number one, and everybody forgot about that. And then you go back when we played the Broncos in the Super Bowl, and just bad days. It started off bad for me too. Even Dave Craig said, "Are you MVP in this game?" I said, "Hang in there, it gets a little better." But
yeah, we got a good second half.
Yeah. We all have those kind of days, and I think that's the Chiefs been there, done that. Kind of maybe a little complacent. Thought everybody was overlooking them, but the Philly with push on Philly, but Philly had a good team. Good team.
Great team. They were able to get home with just 4 guys, too. I think that was the offensive line, seemingly. They had a guard playing tackle. They really didn't have it figured out. Anytime Patrick Mahomes is running for his life in a Super Bowl, feels like they're not going to win. Ain't that right, B.A.? Ain't that right, B.A.?
I think Vic took a nice lesson from and Todd did a great job of taking our front 4 and getting after Patrick. I think he ran 5 miles that night. But one of the greatest throws I've ever seen, right in front of me, he's laying prone, about to hit the ground, throws it and hits a guy right in the face mask, and he drops it.
Yeah.
And Michael Mike Evans and Chris
Insane.
Godwin go, he's unbelievable.
Yes, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Always will be. I'm excited to hear your answer to his question actually here in a couple moments, Joe. The two goats chit-chatting about a position we obviously have massive respect for. Another person we assume you have respect for. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Joe, speaking of KC, you were there when Schottenheimer was there, and now his son is heading into his first year as the head coach of the Cowboys. How do you think, he's going to do, and what do you think he needs to do to establish, his culture, whether that is a old school Schottenheimer culture all the way back to KC or his kind of new take on the Dallas Cowboys culture?
Well, I'll take a page out of Bill Walsh's book and say, when things were always going bad or falling apart, and I alluded to it a little bit earlier, where everybody wants to try to make something happen. Instead of going back to we went back to the fundamentals. He would go backwards, not forward, not looking for something new. I'm going to go back to what I know we do. And that's what he needs to do when he gets with the Cowboys. Go in there, and like Pat said, got to get that running game going, take some pressure off the quarterback, and because there's a lot on him for sure, playing where he's playing, and the contract and controversial, all those things. They need to get the ball out of his hand as much as they can, and that you do that with the running game. And so hopefully they can get that established and get back to the old school Cowboy football.
Jerry Jones wants to get back to that old school.
That's right.
Yes, he does. We watched that documentary. I'll tell you what, I did not know you get $100 million just from one oil rig, though. That was back in the day, too.
Oh, yeah. Imagine that.
That's what, believe me, I was
We need
watching
to find
that, and
us
I'm
one
like,
of those.
it's
We
like
need
a
to find us
scratch off.
one of those.
He's kind of saying it's like a scratch off. Speaking of, Powerball's $1.3 billion.
Yeah, it's up
Look
there.
alive. That's tomorrow night. Can't win if you don't play.
Exactly.
Gotta get out there.
Right.
It sounds like I could buy a lot of gold bar double golds.
Amen.
Can I? Could
There we
I buy
go.
double, and maybe even that 85 proof bourbon whiskey we got up there.
Yeah, you can't enjoy it if you don't try it.
Exactly.
Well
and you
said.
can't win if you don't play. Yeah, hey, I like what we're doing here, Joe. All right, last question before BA and you put together a segment on this show that's going to be talked about for a long, long time. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, Joe, you kind of alluded to it earlier in that Broncos Super Bowl, how it started ugly, but you had a great comeback. You were named the comeback kid, Joe Cool, all those things. What is the difference with like those great quarterbacks? Like I play against Peyton or Brady or Big Ben, and those second half adjustments were just huge. What's going through your mind, the play caller's mind, when it comes to making those adjustments and being in the middle of these big comebacks?
Yeah, I think the big issue is just trying to get back within what you were doing. Usually, when you start making mistakes, you're outside of your comfort zone, and I mean, in that Super Bowl, I was skipping balls to the ground. So was John, and Dave Craig. He's laughing at both of us. But you just get settled back into the game. And what I really like to do was get hit me early, and that wasn't happening. I didn't get hit early, and you just don't. You can't get into the flow of the game until you get. A 300-pounder land on top of you.
Yeah, of course.
Then it wakes you back up, and you get right back. And then now hey, I don't know what else is going on, but I need to get back to what I know I do best. And that's what we did. And we got back to our typical game plan. And we knew they did certain things where we could get a lot of chances down the field deep with Jerry and John. And so we ended up trying to just work that, and you go to your sweet spot. And that's what we did with them.
Well, it worked out. Everything about you. Yeah, everything about you is great. And now we're moving some whiskey mules, Russian mule. And if you scan the QR code that's on one of these cans,
just scan.
Dude,
old throwback jersey. Yeah.
No, this is clean. This is a really clean shirt. As soon as Ty saw that this was potentially available, he scanned the QR code immediately.
Had to.
Now, I do believe it's going to be a little difficult to go pick up the shirt if you do not live near the Gold Bar Distillery.
Correct. Yeah, you got to pick it up in San Francisco. So
if you're taking a trip out there,
Treasure Island.
get yourself in Treasure Island.
Well, you'll be out here. You'll be out here for the Super Bowl, so you'll be
scan away.
There we go.
I'm going to scan 10 of these things. I'm owed 10 shirts. I can't wait for it. They're great shirts. Joe, you're the man. Bruce has a question for you here, and I'm excited and eager to hear this, actually.
Yeah, Joe, I just wish you all the best, too, and especially in this endeavor. If you were general manager, head coach today, pick the top 3 quarterbacks you want to start your franchise with, and why.
I like this.
And not Brock Purdy. You can't take Brock.
Boom.
Okay, Brock is your number one pick. We know that.
Yep.
So you love Brock Purdy. You love Brock Purdy.
Yeah. I'm taking the guy in Buffalo.
Okay, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh. The guy that surprised me that I thought would obviously Joe Burrow's another guy I like a lot.
Okay.
And believe it or not, I like the guy with the Chargers. Just Justin Herbert. I think they've kind of gone by the wayside there, but I don't know. I just like the way those three guys are.
BA, how do you feel about his top?
I do also like the guy in Philly though.
Jalen Hurts. Okay. Just won a Super Bowl. We do like him. Brock Purdy, obviously number one. He was left out.
Correct.
Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and Jalen Hurts is his Mount Rushmore outside of Brock Purdy. BA, did you expect that from Joe Montana?
I thought he might have thrown Patrick Mahomes in there, but I think it states how.
Well, I think I would have if he was younger. I think he's still a great
GM.
Although I got to go back. They're not getting hit as much today, so we'd probably play forever. So I should probably added Patrick in there.
I think, Joe, for us, it states how well we are in the National Football League right now with quarterbacks. I think everybody's worried about where these quarterbacks come from. We've got some really great young quarterbacks in the league right now, and I think the league's in a great shape.
Next generation, right, is in a good spot.
It's in really good shape.
I went for youth.
Yeah, smart. You're a GM. Yeah, you're running a 10-year business plan here, just like
you want them to stay on their rookie contracts. I know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're getting some free agents out here somewhere. We need to pay
contract for contract.
Yeah, double gold with some people. We'll have a good time. Well, we appreciate you, Joe. Good luck with the double gold. Congrats on another, we assume, very successful business venture, and good luck to your Niners this year.
Appreciate it. Thank you, and hope to see you in Lanai.
Yeah, you will. Yeah. You will. I love that place. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Montana.
Yeah, Joe.
I'd assume that's where he is right now.
Is that Ellison's?
Yeah. Just bought it. Just bought the place. It's not good. It's a terrible place.
Yeah, I was gonna say you better.
It's horrendous.
Don't go there.
Don't go there. Do not. Do not, please. It is really far away. But it is beautiful.
I mean, it sounds like everything sweet and cool and places to go to are
really far
away in Australia and Hawaii.
Well, if it's Joe's place, it's cool because he invented cool.
Yeah, legit. Always just like this. How about him waking up?
Yeah.
Oh, boys.
I mean, does BA know the story?
Which one?
Of him stopping a kidnapping with a football?
Yeah, so it has not been, the details have not been exactly confirmed.
They've never been denied.
Or denied, we shall say. Somebody tried to kidnap his grandbaby, and he stopped it. That's actual story. Now, how did he stop it? We've exercised our minds a little bit to see how it could have went. He's upstairs. Somebody comes in through downstairs, can see the stairs, maybe a spiral staircase. It's down there at the bottom. Kidnapper comes in, give me you, baby. Joe Montana, excuse me? Here's that upstairs. He steps out. He sees it. He actually kicks the plaque that has the football from the catch in it, I think. Boom, grabs that ball, throws that thing down the stairs. Kidnapper, holding baby.
Tight spiral.
Right here. Bang, right in the forehead. Boom, he slides down ramp. Catches kidnapper. Before head hits ground and baby hits ground, snags baby, foot on top of kidnapper. Somebody call 911.
Yep.
That's what Joe Montana did, and that's what Joe Montana does.
That's Joe. What else would he do?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's why we say that had to be how it went.
Had to be
how it went. But that's a real situation that did happen. Somebody tried to kidnap his grandbaby, and he actually stopped it. Wild times to be alive. Shout out to Joe Montana. Shout out to UBA. We have a new segment that we're probably going to be doing each and every week with our guy here, and it's because he knows so much, and also he has a way of explaining things that are no BS, or are they? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BS or No BS with BA. Okay, what we're going to do is put some statements up here, and BA is going to tell us if the statement is BS or no BS. Pretty easy segment here. Let's start with the first one here. Micah Parsons is worth 2 first-round picks. Is that BS or no BS, BA?
That's no bullshit, brother. He's the best game record in the game right now.
Okay, so you agree with that?
I'm giving 2 plus maybe a fifth.
We all thought it was going to be a lot more than just 2 first rounds.
I was shocked this was all it was.
How come that's always the case, it feels like, whenever a player gets traded? It's always for something much smaller than we expect. I think Randy Moss was traded for a 4th rounder at one point, and I remember reacting in a way like, Randy Moss is only worth a 4th rounder? Why does it always feel like they go for a little bit less, especially if it's not right before draft time? And Micah Parsons, do you think there was a little personal stuff that got in the way and why it was only 2 first rounders?
Yeah, I think this was a deal that was going to be done because of what was happening with the negotiations.
You think Jerry just wanted a deal done?
Let's get it out of here. They got Kenny Clark. They got to stop the Eagles. They got to beat the Eagles. I agree with Jerry saying we got to stop the run. Micah probably could do that a little bit. I know if they go to 3rd down, he's going to win. So get him in 3rd down. But I think in Green Bay now, he would be a true game wrecker versus the Vikings. The teams are throwing the ball in the NFC North. I think it's great for the Packers. I think it's good for the Cowboys.
I think it's good for both parties. I think it's great for us. Dallas Cowboys traded Micah Parsons in the middle of the Dallas documentary marketing. Jerry.
That's why.
Always cooking. All right, let's go to the next statement, shall we? Shoddy will be a good head coach because his dad was a good head coach. Is that definite? Is that BS or no BS, BA?
I think that's total BS.
Okay, no. What are you talking about?
Because I think Scotty would be a good head coach because he's shoddy. He's an offensive guy, first of all. His dad was ultimate defensive coach. I worked for his dad and coached the running backs. And my son and Shoddy were ball boys together. But I think he'll be a hell of a head coach. But he's been around really good ones. He saw it since he was this tall. He knows how to do it. He's got his own philosophy. And, being an offensive guy is totally different than being a defensive guy as a head coach. And Tom Brady was the first one to tell me that. I was the first head coach that was ever offensive guy for Tom. And I think Brian will do a hell of a job.
What's the difference? What did Tom say? Just the focus being more offensive as opposed to defense wanting to win in practices and such?
A minute 10 left at the half. We're winning by 7. We're just going to run it out, right? Hell no, bro. We're going to go score.
Got it.
Let's go.
Yeah. Offense coordinator, yeah.
We get the ball back, start the second. Let's go score, and let's score again.
There's a lot of biscuits out there to get. That might be a part of this entire thing. All right, let's go with the next one, shall we?
Yeah, speaking of Tom Brady, Bruce, Tom Brady says Aaron Rodgers is the best ball thrower of all time. Is that BS or no BS, BA?
That's a little BS because Aaron can spin it. But nobody can spin it better than Dan Marino. I'm a little more biased toward Johnny Unitas. I'm a little older. I thought he was the greatest passer of all time.
Okay, so Johnny Unitas, because of how old you were whenever you saw it, like, for instance, there's a nostalgia thing with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan changed basketball so much. But when we were watching The Last Dance, people that didn't watch the NBA back then were like, okay, obviously basketball was at a much different spot before Michael Jordan and then after Michael Jordan. Was Johnny Unitas a trailblazer with how he threw the ball, like Ray Guy was with punting, for instance?
Oh, yeah. So,
Ray Guy started turning those things over, and it was like, what is this guy?
Yeah.
Now everybody does that. But is that the same thing you're thinking for Johnny Unitas, or was it just like elite ball throwing ability?
He was just a great passer of the football. And there's one thing is throwing the football and passing the football. It's different. Passers don't necessarily have great velocity. They have great accuracy. Joe Montana didn't have great velocity. He was just super accurate, on time, knew where he was going all the time. But for me, I have to say Danny Marino.
Pittsburgh guy. I'm okay with you saying that. Yeah, Pittsburgh Italian guy getting after it. His quick release was obviously what everybody chats about, but what else was it?
Everything. He had velocity. He had accuracy. When I first started coaching, I backed up Don Strock in college, and he's down there with the Dolphins, and I go down to practice. And I was like, holy shit, this guy's better than I thought he was.
A little bit
Because
different.
Don led the nation in passing in college, and we played 7 games in the rain at Virginia Tech. And so it's like,
this guy's battling Mother Nature.
Yeah, dude.
And he was doing great.
Yeah, and then it's like, what? I thought Don was great, and I see Danny. It's like, ooh, it's a different level.
Okay, so Aaron Rodgers is in the conversation.
Oh, he's in the conversation because I think Aaron can throw it any different way he wants to throw it, and he's got that little flick that's just so special. Jordan Love kind of copied it, and now Jordan's getting pretty daggone good too. But
what do you think about Aaron with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Obviously, you know the Pittsburgh Steelers very well.
Yeah, I it's an upgrade. It's an upgrade for me. I just, they better protect him. They better protect him. They didn't protect Russell. They better protect him.
You worried about that offensive line, sounds like.
He's young.
Let's go to one half of the Hammer. Dahn. Cowboys over in Hammer. Dahn. Ladies and gentlemen, AP Tone. AP Tone, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
How you guys doing? Doing good.
Hey, he said Aaron Rodgers needs to be protected, or it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. That's basically what you just said right there, BA?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's an upgrade, certainly, but if we can't protect him, who cares? Is what BA just said.
Coach is not wrong. That is the number one concern going into the season with the whole team. But last year's number one pick for the Steelers, Troy Fautanu, who was hurt most of last year but looked great. He's back at right tackle. Broderick Jones is back at left tackle where he belongs. Frazier's at center, and then they got 2 guards. McCormick was a rookie last year, so they're very young. They're all 1 year older. They're talented. But the thing with Aaron is too, like, he's, at least how I feel, that he's gonna get them in the right looks. Like he is going to check into the right play always and forever. So I feel like just Aaron being back there, no disrespect to Russ, and it's not like Russ wasn't a veteran quarterback, but I just trust Aaron to always make the right decision, and Aaron knows that. So I feel like Aaron and Artie Smith are going to have a plan for that.
Hey, do you agree with what he just said there? You think getting in the right position helps, and will Artie Smith understand that maybe the offensive line isn't having a – can you play call out of a bad offensive line?
We've had a bunch of injuries in the past. We knew who we had to protect. Go back to Andrew's rookie year.
Oh, yeah.
Who got hurt? McGlynn and AQ got to go and block Sue. Let's give him a little help. But I'll tell you what, Q blocked his ass the whole game.
Yes, he certainly did. And then he got a job for the next 10 years because of it. And that's certainly a reason why AQ, absolute dog. Yeah, had to do it. Had the opportunity. Had to get those short little arms, 29 inches. Had to get those things out there before just getting eaten alive. I appreciate the fact, though, that right now, Steelers fans feel as if they can win a Super Bowl. And I think that's a good thing to have before the season, right, Tone?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Okay, now I don't know if everybody else feels that way, especially with how stacked the AFC is, but making that move and all the other moves that they made, they paid DK Metcalf $30 million a year. He's never been a Steeler before. They bring in Jalen, they pay him. Jonnu Smith, they bring him in. Darius Slay, they bring him in. Feels like the Steelers are going all in. Very abnormal for how the Steelers have always been run. But Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan making these massive plays, they obviously want to go win a damn thing. They want to bring 7 into that building.
I think Omar's doing a great job, and yeah, they're all in. There's no doubt about it. They put a lot of cash out there, some older players, some veteran players, and the proof is always in the pudding. They got a tough ass division. I mean, they got to face Burrow twice. That ain't easy.
Lamar
twice.
Lamar has not been brought up by Joe Montana.
No.
I thought Lamar was going to be, for sure.
For sure.
Like, as Joe was, I was like, definitely going to be picking Lamar here. Josh Allen, okay. Joey Burrows, probably because they get a lot of similarities, I assume.
A lot of similarities.
A lot of conversation about those two.
Cool Joes.
Being similar.
Yeah.
And then Justin Herbert coming out of nowhere, it was like, hey.
That was the one that surprised me. And he should be there.
Big.
Oh, he's got it all.
What happens? Just.
It's all the pieces around you, brother. I mean, quarterbacks get the blame and they get all the credit. Mm-hmm. Brady played all those years. He had a great defense, and Bill put players around him. Peyton, same thing. We started out really bad, and we started putting up players on defense and build that whole thing. And
You're saying it's a team sport?
Huh. Yes, that's the beauty of the game.
We got about 10 seconds for this last one.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that any QB can play and play well in Kevin O'Connell's offense for the Vikings. Is that BS or no BS, BA?
I would say it's BS because I probably couldn't.
All right, that's BS or no BS. BA. The last one, the actual last one, and this is a quick, nope, go to the next one, please. Can you not risk it and still get the biscuit?
Hell no.
Okay, yeah, you got to risk it. Got to risk it to get the biscuit. Yeah. All right, we're back on the other side with AJ Hawk, Peter Schrager, and more BA. It's a glorious Tuesday, unless you're a North Carolina Tar Heel football fan.
Yeah.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice about change your life. We'll see you in 3.
Obviously, last year, this segment became a little bit of a rumor. $1.7 million out the door for good causes and a great college kids. That's awesome. Have you ever kicked before?
Yes.
What do you mean you've kicked? Hold on. I was told you have never kicked before. I feel like I've been bamboozled a little bit here. You have kicked before?
My brother's a kicker, so every once in a while I go kick with him for fun.
Okay. Okay. We'll make it $250,000 for you, Logan, to start this season. Anything to say here to Logan as he tries to win $250,000?
After that hand gesture, breathe and close your eyes.
Okay, he doesn't want you to win. I do. So do these people. Oh, wait.
Let's go.
Logan, Kirk Herbstreit will be holding for you.
Look, by the way, this is
Tough terrain.
tough.
This is real Ohio here. Glenn, if you want to come over this way, we'll put a little extra pressure on him. You got Pete running around. You got the mascot staring you down. They don't want you to win. Glenn doesn't want you to win. Peter is taking a dump in the middle of the field goal kicking contest. Sniff it in, Logan. That's Peter's manure. Now, through manure, great things grow. Will Peter's poop grow you $250,000? You only have one kick. I don't care how loud they chant for a re-kick. You only have one kick, Logan. Good luck, sir. 33 yards. Kicking is easy, everybody says. Let's find out.
Ready?
Glenn, what are your thoughts?
I'm trying to give you.
What are your thoughts?
This is really
I must
tough.
say, I think that poop was a bad omen.
Yeah, I mean, Pete just pooped right in your face.
I can't believe we don't have turf.
Well, we're in Ohio. This is a football state. You got to be tough. Logan from Ohio, sophomore in business finance. Does he win $250,000? Oh! What's the poop? What's the poop?
That's what I'm talking about.
Jeez. Logan, congratulations. I'll tell you what, $250,000 week one of the college football season. Thank you for showing up. I'm proud of you. How do you feel, buddy?
I feel amazing right now. That was amazing.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. You definitely stepped in Peter's poop during your celebration, but who cares? Buy yourself some new shoes from Glenn Powell, Kirk Herbstreit, Stanford Steve. Back to you, Reese. What a start.
That was great.
What a start.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this BA Day, September 2nd, 2025. Hour 2 of the program begins now.
Football
Is awesome. Set hut. We're all going there.
Yeah, all right, Bruce.
Set hut. Set hut. We're going on that. You know, that's a hut. Football is what we're saying, ladies and gentlemen. A man who coached that sport for 47 years, 3-time Super Bowl champion, and is wearing the one that he won as a head coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it is big and it is blingy. Ladies and gentlemen, Kangol hat wearer, Bruce Arians. Hey, that ring is outrageous. It's awesome.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I got to thank Darcy Kasowitz Glazer. She designed it, and she's the best. One of the best owners I've ever worked for.
Okay, so the Glazer family owns the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They also own Manchester United, if I'm remembering correctly. You guys went all in there, right? It felt like you guys went all in. Bringing Gronk in, bring AB in.
Fournette.
Leonard Fournette comes in. You guys really were going for it. Obviously, Mike Evans has been paid every single year that he comes up, and I assume that's just going to happen forever. He's going to get the Larry Fitzgerald type of situation down there in Tampa, which he has certainly earned. But that Glazer family and Jason Light, the GM, seemed like you guys were all in lockstep throughout the entire process. Is that an accurate depiction?
Totally accurate. I mean, Jason doesn't get the credit he deserves, man. One of the greatest general managers, I think, in the game. We worked together out in Arizona, and that's really why I took the job. You know, I was out of it. My son said, hey, you got to look into this. And Jameis Winston, I had in my football camp when he was 10th grade. And I thought we could fix it, you know. And so I took the job, and it was awesome to work for the Glazer family and Jason Light.
How about how that all went? Going down there to work with Jameis, which obviously still playing.
Through a lot of touchdowns.
Still doing his thing.
5,000 yards, 36 touchdowns. It was the last two games He threw a couple picks that we had to look behind door number 2. Now, did I ever think behind door number 2 would be Tom Brady? No. But Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady, somebody else that year was coming
Drew
up.
Brees.
Was a free agent.
Stafford is available around. I guess that was after.
I think it was Drew Brees.
Yeah, that might have been Drew.
If I recall, Drew was going to be up.
I knew Drew wasn't coming out, but Brady come out. I mean, I thought Phillip might be our guy. And next thing you know, Tommy's all in.
Yeah, I heard there was a nice meeting down there in Tampa. I heard there were some real powerful players all involved there. Maybe we're going to build up the city a little bit.
Yeah.
We might make Tom Brady town down here, TB, Tampa Bay. I mean, there was a lot of synergy seemingly with Tampa and Tom, but nobody thought that's where he was going to end up at.
Yeah,
nobody projected.
Darlington came out of nowhere, and because it was Tennessee with Vrabel, and then it was another place. Then the first time was on ESPN. Darlington came out of nowhere, and they were still using like the smart boards. And he wrote down on the thing, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a team that you should look out for Brady.
Tommy recruited us as hard as we recruited him because we had everything he was looking for. He had a home in Florida. He was on the East Coast. He wanted to see Jack. He could get up and back to New York easily, no taxes, and some
Wide receivers.
some pretty damn good receivers,
Yeah,
and a pretty good offensive line.
Yeah, exactly. And defense was fast, and
yeah.
everybody was ready to go. And it ends up working out. What a beautiful city, too. Tampa Bay, beautiful city.
Great place.
Hot.
Well, like you said, too, that like the cranes and everything, that was no bullshit. We were going down there every week, and as soon as they got Tom, boom, cranes everywhere. It's like, okay, this is on right now.
And the Bolts won a couple Stanley Cups.
Mm-hmm.
You guys obviously hosted the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. First ever team to do that, right?
Yep.
Now, so everything in Tampa was up, and then you guys had the boat parade, which was legendary.
Yeah.
Will be forever.
Unbelievable. And Pittsburgh has some great Super Bowl parades. That boat parade actually got scary. When I saw the aerial view, there's like 5,000 boats out there. People on paddle boards, right? With no harness. There's sharks in there, man.
Toxic Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler is here.
Sir.
One half of the Hammer. Dahn. Cowboys is in Hammer. Dahn. AP Tone. Last night, Jesus. What happened in North Carolina? It was all there. Was everybody hammering North Carolina? No, everybody felt TCU was going to win. Okay. I think
Everyone hammered the under, though.
everybody thought it was going to go under, and TCU said, we'll go get that. How did the bettors do after last night, and what is your takeaway from the evening, and what should we look at for Charlotte maybe for North Carolina this weekend?
Yeah, to be honest, I could be wrong, but like when the lines opened up in June or July or whatever it was, I believe UNC was a slight favorite, and then it closed as TCU minus 3.5 or whatever. So there was a ton of action on TCU. A lot of the offseason stuff going on in North Carolina didn't help that line. Tell you what, it was electric last night. The whole place was buzzing. And you said in the first hour, we will never, ever, ever forget that first drive. We were on the sideline. We were telling Stanford, Steve, you know what? This might be the best team in the ACC. The ACC might be the best conference in the country is what we were saying. And can you imagine hosting a playoff game here? And then they played football for another 4 quarters, and it was a disaster. But you know what? Josh Hoover looked really, really good. TCU is a good football team. I do think UNC is probably going to take it out on Charlotte this week, and I believe they got their asses beat by App State in week 1. So
App State's good.
I think App State, UNC, I don't know.
I think Bill bounces. Yes, App State has gotten UNC's number in the past, but I think Bill bounces back in week 2.
Yeah, all right. I love that.
He has to. He doesn't have a choice.
Against Charlotte?
Yeah.
I mean,
And by the way, Brad's boy came in at the end and was slinging it. Max Johnson's, I think he's 25. He's been around a long, long time.
This is his third school, I do believe. He's Big Bad Brad's dad or his kid, and he takes shots like that and delivers a dime on 3rd and long. So coming back from a snapped leg where he has one of the most gnarly scars down his right side of his leg. TCU really had their way last night.
Yeah,
they really did. But that first drive, Tone, to go back to your point, is the ACC the strongest conference in football? Florida State, Miami, Clemson, now North Carolina is going to be
We
good.
were asking, is Clemson the 5th best team in this conference now?
This is a real conversation. That was first drive.
With money?
Gabriel at quarterback? Kind of looked like Dylan Gabriel
Yeah.
a little bit on that first drive.
He did kind of look like Dylan Gabriel. You're right.
Except I saw Gio put all of his weight into a sturdy 40-yard dart.
No.
With the conversation around the Big Ten, though, as you're saying this, when it comes to like the Big Ten having all the money, like you would think the ACC falls more into that category than like the SEC, right? Do you think there's a lot of money in the ACC?
I think there's a lot of money in North Carolina. There's a lot of money at Duke. There's
Not
a
for
lot of-
football.
Yeah, it's all
football.
They're hoopers, right? Isn't that kind of their thing?
Yeah, so only UNC is the team now that's allotting, 20 plus.
Yeah, so
allegedly.
To that point, I guess the athletic directors are going to have to make those decisions going forward. I met the athletic director last
Bubba?
I guess I said some mean stuff about Bubba Cunningham.
Did you?
Yeah, so
he deserved it though.
At the time, I
remember.
certainly think he
What'd he
deserved
do?
it. So I didn't remember this in the time. He walks into the production room where we're at. He walks in and he's talking to somebody over here, and I'm sitting right here. And he goes, "Oh, public enemy number one's me." He points at me. I'm sitting down. He's over here. He walks over, and I stand up. And I go, "Hello?" And he goes, "I'm Bubba Cunningham, the athletic director here." I go, "What's up, Bubba? Sweet name. I'm Pat. Nice to meet you." And I sit back down, and then he walks away, and we have a quick interaction, and he walks away, and he stands there, and I'm like, "Public enemy number one, why'd he say that? That had to be for a reason. That was an awkward interaction, too. That was not like a positive interaction. What was that all about?" And I go, "Oh, yeah. You fucked us."
Yeah, yep.
I point at him, and I say that, and he goes, "Oh, yeah. I said, West Virginia basketball. You screwed us." I do remember that. That was you.
Yeah.
I said, "Why'd you do that to us?" And he said, "It was not, okay, we're not getting into this." He said, "If you learn the details of how that all went down, I'm not your enemy. But I understand that I'm the head guy or whatever." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I said some bad stuff about you." Okay, you did screw us, though, don't you think? You kind of, if I remember, there was all these things that we accomplished that in the history of the entire thing, if other teams had it, they all made the tournament, and then West Virginia didn't make the tournament.
First team ever.
He was like, "No, but there's a voting process. There's a lot of, this year was different or whatever." It was like, okay, I apologize for what I said about you, but I do remember going pretty hard at old Bubba.
Well, it was that, and then North Carolina got in when a lot of people said they shouldn't have, and obviously he's the AD at North Carolina. So it was, kind of, maybe you were right to do that at the time.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was loud. Boy, that's one of those things like at Radio Row when we go to the Super Bowl.
Sure.
And we don't know or we forget that we offended somebody, and then that person walks up. It's like, "Hey, good to see you. Had a great year," or whatever. And it's like, they don't think that at all. I can sense that. I can sense from
completely forgot.
Yeah.
Recognized the name, and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, Pat, you kind of roasted his ass pretty good."
Yeah, well, West Virginia got screwed.
Yeah,
North Carolina.
exactly.
His school went in. His name's Bubba Cunningham. He's going to be all right.
He's been around a long time, too. He gave me a nice little resume check, too, about how long he's been in college sport. I mean, there was a lot. There was a lot that happened there. I want to let Bubba know I appreciate your moxie, Bubba.
Yep.
I do. And I hope you have that first drive.
He'll remember it forever.
I hope they get that first drive again. A lot of work to get back to that.
Yeah.
But that's what it was. I hope Lombardi was sitting in there going,
"This is it.
This is what we're talking about."
We imagine.
We've got to do
Andy
this.
Dalton's on the sideline. Randy Moss is there.
Aaron Boone.
Mia Hamm.
Aaron Boone.
Aaron Boone was there?
It's baseball.
Yeah, he was.
The Yankees?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Aaron Boone was doing there. Okay. Listen, the Yankees have the most important 12-game stretch of the season starting today. Okay? And he's there with a sweatshirt tied around his waist looking like an asshole. So now I know where his priorities are at.
His son is on the staff at UNC.
I don't care. We're trying to win a pennant. Okay? I get it. That's awesome.
He's not a lot of supporters. Son, you hear what
Hey,
Tyson?
man, family's everything. Family's first.
Family first.
Family's first.
Did you hear that?
Your team's your family.
I was gonna say, yeah. You think Judgy's not like? You don't think he doesn't love Judgy like he loves his own boy? I'm sure he does.
I think so. He drove down to North Carolina.
I know,
He
clearly.
probably invited Judgy with him. Judgy didn't want to go. He must stay with the baby.
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Good. I'm glad Judgy didn't want to go.
Judgy is a Jordan athlete. I assume
true.
he did get the invite and
you're
probably
probably
could be in the middle of the field if he would like to. Your reaction to him being there last night was epic. And it was, I think it was sent in 100% to rile you up.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Multiple people sent it to me, and it did. It chapped my ass right when I saw it. But I get it.
But he might be motivated by that first drive.
He might be. You're right. Maybe he left after the first drive.
There was a lot of people thinking about doing that from what I've been told.
I mean,
people that I was around.
Let's bottle this up, save this forever.
Lombardi better have been out there going, "We made it in 3 months. We created everything we needed." And then it's just gone.
Maybe he left after the first drive, though.
They need to get the music during that timeout. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who is a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner, And a man who's currently in his attic in Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah,
Hawker, how you doing, buddy? They had it for a drive, buddy. They had it.
They did. They had me fooled. I thought they might be able to continue like what they did the first drive. But going back to this Aaron Boone situation, it sounds like the big reason Ty's pissed because he had a sweatshirt tied around his waist. Is that why you were the most mad?
That's part of it. I didn't love that.
I can understand that.
Yeah, it's a tough look in public. He's representing the Yankees there.
What if he would have put it over his shoulders, tied over his shoulders, like the frat boy?
I'm good with that.
Thing.
I'm good with that.
Remember, you weren't allowed to have a beard for so long because you're representing the Yankees.
Yeah.
You go around there with it. And Randy Moss was there. It was great to see Randy. He's with a guy named Big E right there, who's the Jack Stanford Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Named Eric. I guess him and Randy together a lot. Big E, big fan of the program.
Nice.
Big E promoting program to Randy Moss.
Nice.
Yeah. Jack Stanford Steve, okay? Not Randy, the other guy.
other guy.
Yeah, the
other
other guy here in the photo.
Mm-hmm.
He is an ally of ours for Randy. And it was cool to get to meet Randy Moss last night and chat with Randy. That was my first time.
Man, great seeing him back after cancer.
Dude,
Man.
that was the first time? Was that the first time he was on TV since it all?
Super Bowl.
He did the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And you did a sit down with one of the major.
But that's not till Thursday. The Good Morning America one.
Okay,
yeah, so that premieres on Thursday. So he's just that was the first time I've seen him since everything.
While I was sitting up there, I'm like, this is huge here that the world is seeing him beloved. And I let him know that too. I was like, hey, listen, I don't know how often I'm going to get this opportunity. I want to let you know we are all fucking very happy that you are good. You are great for society. And him and Dahn were my two favorite players growing up, you know? Like, I just love the moxie. There's these tales about him during the recruiting process in full jeans, just beating everybody at college practice and then getting his scholarship rejected from him because they didn't want to bring him. Like, everything about Randy that I've learned is legendary. And then what he was able to do in the NFL, and if you have something named after you that is just happening on a regular basis now, you getting Moss, like you've obviously contributed to the game. But I don't think anybody can tell the story of football without saying Randy Moss's name. And he's just a kid from West Virginia, you know, who won over and took over everything. Loves fishing, loves ball, and it was nice to be able to say that to him. You know, I don't think we do that enough. Getting a chance to do that to Lee Corso was cool this other day. Wanted Randy to know that as well. And I wonder where his perspective is. We didn't get a chance to dive into all that. But God, it was good to see him. And that once again, North Carolina, you got Randy Moss on the sideline. You know, like it was all there, AJ. It felt like a magical time.
They'll be there next week, right? They're going to be there next week?
I don't know if everybody's booked the second week. Charlotte Saturdays. It's quick turnaround.
NFL's here too, so it's tough.
Yeah, because D-Butt was requested to be there maybe throughout the season, maybe lend an ear in a hand. He thought they were going to win.
Me?
D-Butt's going to consult for them?
D-Butt, you bet on him?
Yeah, D-Butt's actually doing some free consultation.
I don't bet, but I had my question. You were in the spot where you had to pick him. Teddy probably had to pick him too with his relationship with Bill.
Nick had to pick him.
Yep, Nick. So I put the Des like, hey, Des, you're the only one that can keep it real, huh? You knew what it was going to be. But long season, a lot of ball left. But back to Randy, though. Got a chance to be his teammate my first 2 years in the league. Obviously, everybody knows it's Randy Moss, but unbelievable teammate. Even to like a rookie on the defensive side of the ball, you know, at that time, you know, a bunch of guys was playing video games and stuff. So just being in there, I'm calling my brothers, hey man, I'm playing Call of Duty, Randy Moss, man, you know, check it out. Blah, blah, blah. So just a great teammate. Tom Brady, I saw him doing an interview. I'm not sure who it was with, but him talking about celebrating with the offensive line and how he views quarterbacks and how that's something he watches. Does the quarterback celebrate with his teammates? Catching up with Teddy Bruschi, like those OGs, like being great teammates. Randy was obviously one of the pillars in that locker room. So it was great to see him back. Great to see him in good spirits. It'd be great to see him obviously back on TV throughout this football season, but just an amazing, you know, icon that we all looked up to.
Yeah, he's back on Sunday NFL Countdown, which is great news. Teddy Bruschi being there, though, I mean, now that from an expatriate like you were, it's like looking back, it was a nice little reunion last night. You know, a lot of the coaches and everything. And Lombard, I mean, once again, they had it all.
Yeah.
Hey, they got a lot of good TV time. Lombardi and Bill on the talking pregame when they were leading up and all the show you guys were doing. They got a bunch of good airtime too.
Yeah, Lombardi had a couple really cool shots, stoic shots, looking out over the practice,
staring into the distance. Yeah, it was good. Like it looked like it was perfect night.
Did you ever think about getting back into college coaching? No.
No. I can't stand rookies, let alone freshmen. And you got to pay them? No.
And you got to recruit them?
And recruit them again.
13? Yeah.
Every year.
Exactly.
I mean, I do a lot of work with Virginia Tech, and it just drives me crazy. I mean, I recruited you once. Now you want to raise? That's why college football will not be right until we get contracts and a salary cap.
Everybody that is an OG in the football world has said the same exact thing. It sounds like there's a chance, if you listen to Coach Saban and Coach Rod, who have both been around college coaching a long time, there's a chance, it sounds like there's going to be a 60-team
private
power league. Doesn't it feel like that, AJ? I didn't think that was going to be possible. Chip Kelly, I think, pitched it a couple of years ago whenever he was with UCLA on this show. He's like, you just get all the power fours, you make them into one league, you do just like the NFL, you do regional divisions, you do the entire thing, and then everybody's playing against each other. Then you have an actual playoff system, you have free agency, you have TV rights deals. Chip Kelly laid this entire thing out, and I was like, okay, yeah, we all want, fairy tale land. That's not possible. Then you hear Coach Saban bring it up. Then you hear Coach Rod bring it up. It's like, wait a minute, is everybody trying to get on the same page here? All the TV contracts would have to end at the same time.
Yeah.
Or if there was a delay for one or two conferences of years, they would have to sit with no contract or just pick up a one-year deal, which would be much smaller. That would be very hard to get done, but it feels like that is where they are trying to potentially get to, which I'd like to say would be sick. You'd see like what we saw this past weekend every weekend. I'm sure there'd be a lot of people pissed off, though, about it. If you're changing conferences and divisions and yada, 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 it's like there's certainly going to be people pissed. But I think to his point, then you could have actual guardrails. There'd be an actual league with actual rules, with actual free agency, with actual everything. But how long does that take to get to? I don't even know how you would do that, AJ, honestly, especially like a school like Ohio State with how much money you're making off of everything that's happening.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, it all depends on when the TV deals, like when do those run out and how do you work that logistically seems crazy. But what happens to the other teams? If you're not one of the 60, where are you?
Oh,
what do you do?
Teams.
Sorry, dude, not everyone makes the NFL.
So
Are they considered like Division II then? How does that work? What do they do?
So then that would just be like whenever the NCAA sold its right to crown a champion in D1 football to the BCS, and then the NCAA actually ran D1 AA or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you would go to the NCAA office or headquarters here. We were forced to go my rookie year and listen to them talk. That went terrible.
No.
They had no idea that somebody was going to ask a question back. Like, certainly. I watched you rob Pat White and Steve Slayton, you motherfuckers. Okay, I watched it. I watched Pat White and Steve Slayton build this entire university up, and you guys basically combating him. And you made up the word amateurism, and now you use that as an excuse. What if I just made up a word and just started using that as my excuse for everything? They were not ready for that. Okay?
Sure.
They were not ready for that moment. So it was not, I would say it was a pretty bitter interaction between me and the NCAA. But we did the tour. It was nice. It was cool. They had a nice museum here, everything like that. I had a toothpick in my mouth after eating this one time. Guy comes in.
Positive body language, I'm sure, too, the whole time.
Oh, yeah. The third, fourth guy comes in. I mean, the first three were all the same interaction between me and them. I don't understand why you come after somebody for a cheeseburger. I can't get a cheeseburger. Guy wants to buy me a beer after game-winning kick. I can't. It's $1.50. You guys are going to come after him for that? What's the purpose of that? So they'll have their answers about how we're paying for everything and everybody needs to be treated fairly. And if you're getting a beer, is everybody else getting a beer? Is gymnastics getting a beer? I'm like, they should. I mean, if they were there, I would certainly be advocating for them to get a beer. Just full interactions. Then we have lunch on the other side with toothpick, because I got some shit. One of the highest senior guys comes in. I guess he'd been told that I was probably not the easiest guy to speak to. So he comes in and tries to do like a whole sit up straight type thing. This is a job interview. I'm like, I'm never working here. This is not a job interview. I was forced to come here for rookie things. So do your thing. And he was like, take toothpick out of your mouth. You want to be taken serious. I don't.
I'm good.
I'm completely. I'm here to kick balls, brother. This is a whole rookie thing. But the tour of the museum was nice, really nice. Their national champion wasn't the D1 national champion. It was the D1 AA national champion. That was who the NCAA champion would be. So I think what the NCAA would do would probably take the whatever.
The South Dakota State,
the
Montana.
60, the South 70.
Get their own TV deals for all of those teams as
and
well.
Then the big ones would operate. And then they would have to get some sort of entry, you would think, into the CFP, just like March Madness basketball has, you would think. And in theory, that feels like that maybe works.
Yeah. Or you could even.
But how do you get everybody to agree to that? You got ADs, presidents, coaches, conferences. How many lawyers? How many different people from everything that would have to agree to that? That'd be crazy. That'd be quite a big task.
Luckily, they do have a bunch of runway if that's the way it's going to be, because like you said, these TV deals extend into like 2035, the 2030s. You know, they just signed a bunch of 10-year TV deals for billions and billions of dollars. So, like, this isn't coming within the next 2 to 3 years unless, you know, they would tear up those contracts, which you don't.
TV networks wouldn't want to do.
Exactly.
You would have to renegotiate all those TV deals.
Right.
Like Fox has a great deal.
Awesome.
ESPN has a great deal.
CBS
got, and these have all been very tough negotiations, I think, to get all these things. So they would have to redo all of this. Good luck to them. Happy we're not doing it. Why don't you do that, Bruce?
It's not a bad idea.
Hey, BA, why don't you sign up for that job, fixing college football?
No, thanks, brother. No, thanks.
I'd rather golf.
Yeah, I'd rather golf. Yeah, that's right.
In the
Have a cocktail.
Yeah, of course, maybe a white monster.
Do it again.
What's the flavor? I don't know. It's the fucking white one.
It's white.
I like the white one. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who might have all the answers for everything, and we appreciate that. He's an insider. He's an analyst. He's a host. He's a vibe. Ladies and gentlemen, Emmy Award-winning Peter Schrager. Schrags, we're breaking down college ball there a little bit about what potentially could happen in the future. Who knows what's real? Who knows what anything looks like? We do know college football is back in a big way, and the NFL is back in just 2 days. What should we be thinking about that maybe we're not thinking about? And where are you right now? You look awesome.
I feel awesome. Got a great tan. Just getting back into it. So I'm going to be recording a podcast. I'm doing my own podcast with ESPN in Omaha. It's going to be called The Schrager Hour, and we got a studio and everything, and we're set up. So I'm speaking with Sean Payton a little bit later today, and we're going to get some coaches. Hopefully, BA will join me. I don't want to take any guests, but I love Bruce Arians. I love seeing him in the studio. You look great, BA.
He'd be great going to Schrager Hour. Happy Hour, Schrager Hour, Golden Hour, all the hours.
Yes,
BA's
indeed.
great.
The best.
But yeah, we're 2 days out here. You got a great tan. You look good. The Schrager Hour's around the corner. Football season here is kicking off for the NFL. What are you looking at as we're 2 days out? What are some thoughts that you think we should be thinking about as well?
You know, every year there's a team that comes from nowhere. And 2 years ago, it was the Houston Texans who had the second overall pick, and they skyrocketed to a playoff berth and a playoff victory, and they ended up in the divisional round. Last year, it was the Washington Commanders who came from the second overall pick to do it. I'm seeing everyone's predictions right now, and I say predictions because it's like it's not bold to pick the same 6 teams that do it in each conference or same 7 teams every year. I'm looking for someone who's going to take a big old swing and someone who is going to say, you know what, the Browns are going to the playoffs this year, or the Giants are going to the playoffs this year. And who is that team? Because you look at these odds right now, everyone plays it safe, and they think they're going out on a limb, taking the same 14 teams. But, Pat, I want to know what's the team that's coming from nowhere this year. I have a read on a squad that no one is believing in. There is one man there in your truck or the back room who is a fan of that I'm seeing plus 900 odds in the AFC East. And as everyone has fled the Miami Dolphins, acting as if this team has the plague, I might be doubling down on the Miami Dolphins on the fact that Mike McDaniel finally has his guys. They're going to be playing at 120 miles per hour those first few months of the season. And there is absolutely nobody on the Dolphins bandwagon right now.
They got the Colts week 1.
You tripled down, Shregs. Triple down on that one.
There he is.
Boys are ready.
I'll tell you what, Shregs, you see Gumpy talking positive about the Dolphins right there. That's only in the microphones. That is only in
we talked last week. I know.
That is only in the microphones. I think everybody's kind of skeptical and worried with all the moves that take place, but I guess we have to remember the offense, whenever they can protect, unstoppable. You know? They are unstoppable whenever they are moving and operating efficiently. The defensive side, Vic Fangio leaves and goes and wins the Super Bowl. You know, everybody said he couldn't coach the defense anymore. He leaves and literally wins the Super Bowl at his next stop, his next destination. So that's kind of tough to think about. Jalen Ramsey, gone. He's out of the building, let alone Calais Campbell, who's the OG. He's gone. Jonnu Smith, he was a Pro Bowler. He's gone. So
Armstead, gone.
Tyreek Hill, first year not being named captain. Sure, it's going great. Sounds like behind closed doors.
Motivated.
Yeah, of course, motivated, chip on his shoulder, wants to earn that C back. So I guess you could take everything as either adversity or just an opportunity.
I'm looking for the team, Pat. You know it. There's always a team. So who's the team no one's on? You look at it, like there's going to be one. Every year there's one. Is it Jacksonville? Is it Carolina? Everyone could have their I think Miami might be the team this year that no one's on that does a little something. They have the players and they have a coach that knows it's now or never. and he's going to run his offense. Let's see how it goes.
Andy Dalton on the sideline last night, year 15 for the Carolina Panthers, was there. Obviously, Bryce Young benched last year for Andy Dalton. Then Bryce Young put back into the starting lineup. Andy Dalton has to take a back seat yet again. He understands what the role is. Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers get hot at the end of the year.
Yeah.
They get hot at the end of the year. Do they have a wide receiver that can get open? We'll see. Will they be able to continue to go? We'll see. But maybe it is the Carolina Panthers who aren't complete shite this year. Dolphins, it's going to be tough.
Here's what it is.
Even the Cowboys.
Look, guys, 32 teams, every fan base right now. I walk down the street in New York City. You can find they all think this is the year. This is why the NFL is the best sport. It's parity. Everyone thinks this is the year because they've seen it. If Houston was CJ Stroud,
except the Dolphins.
I'm believing. I'm looking for that team.
I'm
searching for that team. I'm searching for them. The truth is, I think the biggest story is the fallout of this Parsons deal, and I haven't been on with you since it happened. I got crushed online last week. Crushed.
Oh, no.
In all my years, I have never been considered a Cowboys guy. I've never been considered a Jerry Jones, I don't know, sycophant. It's just not, I don't talk to Jerry. I don't know like Brian Schottenheimer well. I came out though and I explained the Cowboys' thinking on this. And their thinking on this is we don't want to pay 3 players the top of their position salaries. This guy has not been what we consider valuable at $47 million. And it got down the road to such a point where Jerry wasn't going to pay him. He was lying on the table there on the sidelines. He demanded a trade. These are all things that made him different than Ezekiel Elliott and CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. And it got to a point where they made the deal. And you could have 2 things be true. They screwed this up by not paying him last year where it could have been $35 or $36 million, but they rolled the dice. And you could also have it be true that, you know what? Jerry made the trade because Jerry wanted to make the trade. Oh. And whereas 30 other teams, besides the Packers, who I could get to as well, have general managers that cannot make this trade. You could take the best general manager in football, Brett Veach. He's not making that trade unless he looks behind him and says, Mr. Hunt, are we cool with this? Jerry doesn't do that. Jerry doesn't have to do that. You can find whatever GM. Howie Roseman isn't making a trade where he's trading the top player on his team and looking back without saying to Mr. Lurie, are we sure we're good with this? Jerry Jones is the king of the kingdom. He can make the trade, and he doesn't have to look back at anybody. He made the trade because he wanted to make the trade. He's 82 years old. He wanted to make the trade. He's not answering to anybody. So I got crushed because they're like, you just want to, be Jerry's pal. Jerry's 82 years old and has been with every media guy in the world as far as in a relationship. Ed Werder and Jerry go back 40. I'm not getting in at 82 to be Jerry's guy. I promise you that.
Yeah,
I was just saying.
I think we don't have a shot with him either. We put a lot of requests in. Jerry has ghosted us on all of them. Now, it is nice that we're at the part of his life where he's lost his fastball. Yeah. And we have microphones.
Great.
So it is nice to be able to remind people, though, that Jerry is a dog. And watch that documentary. Yeah. And we can't be judging every move that he makes today off of who he is as a complete businessman and owner of a team. You're talking about an absolute beast of an owner. There's a reason he has the stubborn mentality that he has. If you've been successful at everything and somebody else is going to tell you that you're wrong, there's going to be a natural. Is that right?
Oh, am I?
Okay.
Not so fast.
Yeah, exactly. At 82, especially 82 years of that.
82 years old.
Yeah,
and he's self-made.
I got the most valuable franchise in all of sports. Motherfuckers been running sports a long time. They've never done it like old Jerry Jones. So you're telling me I'm wrong? What the hell have you done? You sell some papers as a kid? What did you do? Like, that is his. You can see how he thinks that way. Like, you can see how he
had a handshake. Right. He had a handshake with someone. That's how he looks at it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
whether right or wrong.
I know. I understand completely. But Mike is
24-year-old kid.
25, yeah. Mike is saying he was nodding his head along because of the position. That's what Mulligetta said this morning was Micah nodding his head to the owner of the Dallas Cowboys and his boss while he's talking to him about things. Yes, did he necessarily think that was hey, we are negotiating a deal right now? No. Well, Jerry should have at least had somebody in room to say, I was there.
Yeah.
This was very clear. Because Jerry said, I was already off my mark.
Mm-hmm. On multiple occasions.
I said, hey, I want to pay you $30 million. Is that good for you? And Micah didn't really say anything. I said, okay, $40 million. Is that good? And Micah said, no. He didn't say anything. And I said, $40.5 million. And Mike was like, nodding his head. And I was like, all right, so it's $40.5. Do you want this to be a 3-year deal? Mike was like, it could be a 5-year deal. It'd be a 5-year deal. Okay, that's exactly what it'll be. So I was at 30. I moved 40 and a half.
Mike is a good negotiator.
I offered up a 3.
Sounds like Micah did a nice job.
I came back with a 5. No, he didn't. He's 40 and a half. That was what the deal was.
I mean, he's a good negotiator, but he ain't David.
Mullet gets this. He got, what, 47?
Yeah, 47.
And here's the cool thing about the Packers story, and AJ, you could appreciate this. Mark Murphy for 20 years was the man in Green Bay as the president, and they don't have an owner there, so he was the highest guy on the org chart. He had to resign based on their bylaws as a franchise. You get 20 years. In comes Ed Policy, who is in his first year as president. And if you want to make a splash and say, hey, things aren't going to just be the way that they've been, I'm here to kind of set business, and we're going to do it in my mold. Now, Goody and LaFleur, as was reported on your show last week, they're still waiting on new deals. But Ed Policy's coming out and saying, you know what? My first major move as new president of the Green Bay Packers, how about I get maybe the best young defensive player in all of football? And we do so by giving up 2 first-round picks and a player who many in the league feel might be on the back 9 of his career.
Well, Kenny Clark is a leader for that Green Bay Packers defense. I know a lot of people in Green Bay were not necessarily thrilled about losing him, but whenever you think about what they gave up to get Micah in return, I think everybody's jacked. Good luck to all parties. And you're talking about Carmen Policy's boy up there, Ed Policy. Mm-hmm. He's not scared to make a big-time move. That's in his family genes. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Shregs, a team I think people, they do have the best odds to win the NFC West, but the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know if you saw, Brock Purdy has an awesome commercial out. He's line dancing, doing all kind of great stuff. It's really good. But Juwan Jennings reported back to practice, I heard, from reports on the internet. How is that going to go? And how do you think these Niners team's going to fare this year?
He's in boots.
Third and I have not seen the commercial.
I think he's selling Ariats.
He's selling boots?
I think he's selling Ariat boots.
There's O-lineman with them too, I think.
Okay.
Shregs, you got a couple
I'm waiting for the B-roll. I'm waiting for the B-roll. Here we go. All right, spinning a ball. Okay, all right, little personality. Whoa.
Yeah, look at that.
All right.
Oh, nice.
And Kurt Warner in that thing. Remember Kurt Warner, American Underdog Story? Yep. He met his wife line dancing actually out there in Iowa.
That's right.
He better play well Sunday.
Oh, a little slide there from. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Guitar.
Purdy.
What's this for?
Watch this. Smile.
How do you do? He said. Ariat? What's Ariat?
Ariat boots.
I want to pay
Western cowboy boot and Western wear company.
Oh, I can get that denim vest right there.
You get it all.
I can get everything Purdy's wearing right there.
Yeah, Boot Barn carries a lot of.
Can I get that rhythm that Brock Purdy's got? Did you see him 1-2 in there, Bruce?
He was a hell of a line dancer, I'll tell you.
He was, wasn't he? He was a good little boost.
I bet a bunch of girls were jumping in behind that.
Yeah, I think follow suit. Normally it's the guy in all black. For every square dance and line dancing place that I've been to, there is a fella that's going to be in all black. He's going to have a black cowboy hat. He will be in the front of the group. He knows every dance, and he is going to sweat, and he's going to lead the way for the next 3-4 hours. He's not drunk. You are, and you need to keep up with the man in black, from my understanding. That's from saloons in Blacksburg, up there in the hills of Virginia Tech, all the way to Los Angeles rodeo places. You need the guy in the black will kind of show the way. He's hitting that electric slide 10 different ways, though. I mean, they're doop-de-doing in there. It's a good time. Copperhead Road comes on. Get the hell out of the way. There are people from the hills running to that dance floor for Copperhead Road. And Brock Purdy knows that.
He knows.
Ariat knows that. Mm-hmm. Are they going to win because of that?
You better play well week 1.
Here's what the deal is with San Francisco.
People need to not hold this against him.
I'm saving that video for Sunday, just in case.
There it is.
If at 4:30.
When he runs one in, you're saying he learned that touchdown dance from our friends at Ariat?
Yeah, well, maybe. I mean, everyone in the NFC West is going to run one in this weekend, it sounds like. But if they do, play pretty, poorly, I'm assuming not just me, not just much.
Why though? This is a team that
it's
reloaded.
Funny, Peter. Okay, that's the only reason.
Yeah. Brock doesn't deserve it.
He doesn't.
Brock's getting a little cowboy money.
Yeah, Brock doesn't care. Exactly.
And he's got John Deere and everything. Yeah. He's got that big.
They reloaded. They reloaded in a way that was really interesting to me, in that they doubled down on a lot of veterans this offseason. So, Juszczyk they cut originally. Then they were like, you know what? Let's bring him back. Kittle had a big, contract situation. They paid him good money. They then, of course, paid Purdy, and then it's one guy after another. They're like, we're not. Fred Warner, we're not looking at last year as the trend. We're looking at last year as a complete outlier, and we still believe that we could compete in the NFC West. My question, of course, is, yes, Jawan Jennings, third and Jawan, who was so good 2 years ago. Is it he and Ricky Pearsall? Are they enough to really compete with a Rams offense, an Eagles offense? A Lions offense? You're looking at a running backs room that, yes, Christian McCaffrey's there, but is it Isaac Guerrero and Brian Robinson? Are they going to be enough to maybe give McCaffrey the spells that he needs, considering McCaffrey's lost to injury as many times as he has been in the last few years? So again, no one's going to draw up an offense like Kyle Shanahan. You get back Salah. You, of course, have 3 of the first 4 draft picks be defensive linemen. On paper, it's all there. Now these guys just have to do it. But I think they've been hearing a lot that they can't. And I think that's a veteran squad that thinks, wait, guys, we were in the Super Bowl 24 months ago. What are you talking about?
A forgotten great team, the San Francisco 49ers. And it all started 4 days before the season whenever we learned of Christian McCaffrey's fate and how Achilles tendonitis was on one side, then it jumped to the other side. It was like, oh, no. And the whole season went that way. Now they get an opportunity to get it back without anybody really talking about him other than us, because it's hard not to think about Fred running all over that defense.
Oh, yeah.
And Bosa just stretching 5
Federico.
yards. I mean, they got a team. We got to never forget that. The NFC West, though, pretty packed out there. And you mentioned one of those teams, the Rams. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, staying in the NFC West, sounds like you love the Rams just based on how you were talking about that stacked San Francisco roster. But how you feel about Stafford? And I know he was named Week 1 starter, so it sounds like he's good. How are things going out there in Rams camp? Definitely outperformed expectations by a lot last season. What's your thoughts and expectations on him this year?
Hopefully,
yeah, they're fired up. Look, they hope that he's in there, obviously.
The real one.
Here's the truth.
What do you mean?
Week one, Stafford will be out there, and we'll go from there. The truth is, all summer, and I know you guys are rolling your eyes at home, and you're rolling your eyes there in Indy. Jimmy G was slicing and dicing up the Cowboys defense when they had joint practices.
Love that.
Played well.
How about Stetson?
Yeah,
Stetson looked good, but Jimmy G, they were very, very happy about the way Jimmy G looked against the Cowboys in those joint practices, in that he and Devontae, as much as he thought they might have issues because of the documentary and what Devontae said, they were good. And Stafford is going to be great. And if he gets injured, they don't feel like the season is done if his back acts up. So the thing you need to take away, and I know there's a million teams that are going to be coming for them, they believe that Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams is a huge upgrade from Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. So you had a good offense last year. Devontae comes in, and already they are speaking as if Devontae Adams looks like the Devontae Adams that A.J. Hawk saw in Green Bay, and that the Devontae Adams that we saw tearing up the league for a good decade over the course of the mid-2000 teens all the way up into the last few years, where he kind of was jumping around team to team a bit. But now you've got a guy in Stafford who has Tutu, he has Nacua, and he has this one. And they have a running game and a guy that they just paid in Karen Williams. So defense is going to be key. But they got 2 rookies last year that they thought played at Pro Bowl level, and those guys are going to be leaders this season. So I am extremely high on the Rams, and I think a lot of people should be higher than what they are.
Sean McVay, immediately upon Devontae Adams' arrival, showing the entire team a bunch of Devontae highlights is a sick way to say, hey, welcome to the team. We're happy to have you. Obviously, he'll gas everybody up. OBJ's first game with the Rams, if you do recall, after getting kind of an ugly exit from Cleveland, OBJ was targeted 5 times in the first 5 plays. Sean McVay.
A Monday night game, yep.
Yeah, Sean McVay wants his guys to play well. He's a great ball coach over there. He really is. So young. Could have taken, $30 million to go call some games?
Yep.
Instead, sticks around, tries to do the rebuild with Matthew Stafford, and hopefully they're all healthy, and I'm excited to see what they do. Now, let's stick with the NFC West. Coach B.A. has a question for you, Shrey.
Yeah. Shregs, you think anybody in NFC West wins over 9?
Yeah, I do. I think the Rams can go 11-12. I do. I feel like, I remember, guys, you have to understand, I was sideline reporter for Fox for many years, and I did many Jeff Fisher, Bruce Arians games. And let me tell you, that Rams-Cardinals rivalry was no joke. B.A., are you giggling back there? Because those meetings were heated, and those were good. But, now we have the Cardinals back a bit, and now we have the Rams sitting on the top, and the Niners are biting, and the Seahawks are there. So I understand if we're looking at, we think everyone's going to go 7 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins, and then the best team wins. I think the Rams are superior to those teams. I think the Rams are going to go 11 or 12 wins.
Okay, well, that would be over for the Rams, obviously. Do you see under on the Niners at 10.5?
No, I think they're going to be a 10, 11 win team as well. I don't know if I'm there yet on Seahawks and Cardinals.
How many teams out of the NFC West making the playoffs? 2?
I would think 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the strongest? Is there going to be a 3-team division?
I think the NFC North has an argument, and you could pick your permutation of those 4 teams. I saw a lot of people high on the Bears. I would be interested in that because of Ben Johnson, but I don't think they're in that same conversation just yet with those other 3 teams. And I think the Packers got a lot better with Micah Parsons. I know it's a big, shiny object. A lot of people say, okay, but let's see how it actually works. I think Micah Parsons is an unblockable object off the edge, and I think they've got a pretty good defense otherwise. So I think the Packers, Vikings, and the Lions could all be playoff teams this year.
3 teams from the NFC North in the playoffs, maybe. Last year, 2 NFC North teams were battling in the last week for the number 1 overall seed in the NFC. Winner gets number 1, loser gets number 5.
Ooh.
They need to redo the playoff seeding, is what everybody said for the offseason. When instead, teams are just too damn good. Speaking of a good team, let's go to the AFC. Mile High. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Shrakes, last week, every guest we had on and we asked them this kind of question, it was basically like, hey, watch out for the Broncos. They might win the Super Bowl this year. And it almost got to the point where it felt like picking the Broncos might have been jumping the shark a little bit. As we stand right now with the season kicking off this weekend, do you still think that the Broncos are one of those teams who are going to potentially, be a Super Bowl team at the end of the year?
I'm torn because I do believe that, but you are right. The amount of heat that they're getting, that never ends well. Like, there's always that team that just scratches the surface in year 1 and then everyone jumps on their bandwagon and it doesn't go as smoothly in year 2. And I say year 1 because of Bo Nix, but gosh, from every, guest we spoke to last week on McAfee to Diana Rossini sitting with Sean Payton to Kay Adams sitting with Sean Payton, it feels like everyone came out of Denver just being like, yep, that's the team, because their defense was number 1 in the league and they got better on offense. And now you're expecting Bo Nix to take an even bigger leap in year 2. So where's the hole? Where's the fall? I don't know. And yet I'm cautious of just riding the bandwagon that everyone else is. Honestly, I look at this and I'm like, okay, if every single person is picking the Broncos over the Chiefs, well, then the Chiefs have to win the division. That's just how it's going to go. I think it's probably an even split if you ask around the league and you ask the media right now whether it's Broncos or Chiefs. And I think that's crazy considering what Kansas City has done and also considering what Kansas City did last year in that they lost 1 regular season game. And I know it was on a blocked field goal that they almost lost to the Broncos earlier in the season. But guess what? They blocked the field goal and Leo Chenal got up there and blocked it. I can't take the Broncos over the Chiefs just yet.
I do like Bo Nix and Sean Payton.
Yeah.
It's great.
Certainly.
Sean Payton draft night talking about Bo Nix. This is the one.
Yeah.
This is the guy. And them going through some growing pains early in the season with how great they looked at the end. And that defense can stop anybody.
Defense is stacked, but I second year. Now a lot of defenses
but
have
the Bills
book.
lit them up in the playoffs. We forget this. Defensive player of the year.
Thank you, Peter.
We got
AFC is
we got
packed.
Zach Allen. They got lit up.
The AFC is packed. Yeah, they had 80 million or dead cap or 50 million, whatever it was
50 last year, 30 this year.
Yeah, whatever it is. They had the biggest dead cap in the history, so they're playing with literally
they still
on their back there. Yes.
I am interested though. Second year for Bo Nix. He is obviously older. He's 25, 26 now, probably going into his second year. But obviously we know Sean Payton is a great. What makes Sean Payton a great play caller, BA? You guys spent a bunch of time in the league at the same time.
Yeah, known Sean a long time. Mm-hmm. He just got a great mind. He's got a great feel for the game. And, trick plays are one thing. He's got the perfect timing for when he's going to get you, and his quarterbacks always play smart. They never play scared, all right? And they don't beat themselves. That's the way he's always been. And he's just a hell of a football coach. And, really happy for Vance to be back there doing such a great job with that defense. I like the Broncos, too. I think the Broncos are the ones that challenge the Chiefs because the Chargers already got injuries galore. And people don't talk about injuries just wipe you out.
Yeah.
And hey, we're great. No, we just lost our left tackle. We lost our right tackle. We got –
no excuses.
Yeah.
I won't hear it.
Yeah, there are no such things as excuses, but –
BA, let me ask you. Can I jump in?
Yeah, go ahead, Shrakes.
this Peyton's not well liked by teams during the season. He does some antics. Like, did he ever do anything that got under your skin as far as a coach goes? Did he ever do anything that in the media or even on the field, something that kind of set you off track?
A little bit, yeah. The playoff game. The playoff game, Sean never came out before the game. And he was out shaking hands with everybody, running around. And I said, whoa, he's awful confident about this one. Now, they did kick our ass earlier in New Orleans. But I was like, that's not Sean. And I said, I think we're going to get their ass this time.
What are you talking about, Shregs? What are you talking about, though? Antics.
Always, and that's why Sean has an edge in it. Yeah. And the guy that I don't know if you knew Orny, but Mike Ornstein, who used to
very well
be one of the NFL and just passed away last year. Yeah. But Orny would be kind of Sean's consigliere, and they would come out there and they would have a towel that you'd be rocking or something, or he'd say something in the media, or he'd be the one who would be throwing money around in the locker room, and he would be dancing in your stadium. And I think a lot of coaches, and it goes back to that Nathaniel Hackett deal that he did when he got to Denver. It was basically like they weren't coached well, and Russ is going to have a shot because he's with me. Sean knows what he's doing. He's playing all the angles, and he gets that from Bill Parcells. And it was always, hey, let's just have a little bit of edge here, and I got my guys backed. And I know some of the other coaches around the league, they respect the hell out of him, but it's like, gosh, I would love to beat Sean Payton as well.
Well, Sean Payton loves it. He has the second wealthiest owner in all the sports, right?
Yep.
Walton family?
Yep.
Yeah, are they second?
No, he's got to be one.
No, I think Ballmer.
Ballmer, I think, is.
Oh, yeah, Ballmer. He's living, by the way.
Yeah.
The more stuff I watch about him.
Weapon.
God, he's been around.
Yes, Ballmer's
he's got all the money.
He's been sweating and bringing it for quite
for
some
a
time.
long time.
Yeah.
Long time. Same with the Waltons, though.
Yeah, amen.
How about the coaching salaries over there? Can pay whatever they want?
Oh, man, it's crazy what they're getting now. I almost thought about going back just for that.
Yeah, it's something to think about, especially if the Waltons are going to be. Once Elon gets a team, those coaches are going to make.
Yeah.
Bezos.
Or Zuck gets a team.
Yep.
I mean, how much is he paying AI guys? Just signing bonuses?
$250 million.
$200 million, right?
No, that's been called into question as of late.
Oh, has it actually? Not
Really?
true. Oh, Elon gets in there. Zuck gets in there. Bezos gets in there, which we assume is going to happen with NFL teams. With the way the valuation's headed, there's only going to be certain people that can buy them.
Yeah.
Those people are all. The coaches just having no salary cap there. We thought that was a weapon for the Waltons. I think it still is. They're going to be able to probably keep those coordinators. Now, Kansas City has 3 Hall of Famers at coordinator that have been around. Spags, obviously, Andy Reid, and then
Dave Taub.
Dave Taub. He, as a special teams guy, Hall of Famer as well. Them being able to keep those guys is a huge deal.
And Veach might end up being a Hall of Fame GM when it's all said and done.
Yeah, because whenever you start getting coaches plucked, that's tough. I assume that is very difficult. So if you're able to offer just a little bit more money at the coordinator position, especially if you're building something great, you'll be able to go. I think. I'm not speaking for you guys. I don't want to speak out of pocket.
NFL's one thing, but I'm shocked with the college coaches. They got coordinators making $3 million in college now.
Woo. Bruce, like I can
I was one of the first $140,000 guys in the SEC way back.
So, hey, thank you for doing what you did for these coaches today. Thank you for doing what you did. All right, last question here. We know you got to go before 2. Go ahead, man.
Shregs, you had a tweet about the Trey Hendrickson deal from the Bengals. They get all 3 of their guys done, Trey, Jamar, and T. Higgins this offseason. Did you see this coming with Trey Hendrickson, and do you see him going back after this year?
It wasn't pretty, right? Like you don't want it to go that way, and it's never gonna be as easy as it is for the fans in their heads when you start to. But if you look at it just as a 30,000-foot view, they got Jamar Chase re-signed and T. Higgins re-signed, something that most Bengals fans thought was not going to happen, and then they got Trey Hendrickson for another year. At the very least, you could say, okay, let's kick the can here and see if we can get a long-term deal done. I thought it was a great offseason for Cincinnati. It got ugly. The Shamar Stewart thing is ugly. This is ugly. But they're starting the season fully loaded. They played their guys in the preseason, so there's no excuse to start the year when they play Cleveland that they're going to be rusty. And Joe Burrow, for the first time, is 100% healthy going into the 2025 season. So I look at Cincinnati's, like, they made for a lot of great segments on ESPN, made for a lot of great talk radio. But at the end of the day, they're as fully loaded as they've been. And it seems like those guys are at least satisfied for now to go in and attack the season. So I feel pretty good about the Bengals right now.
We get a chance to talk about it again next year.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm excited for that. The Trey Hendrickson situation.
We need content in June, dude.
Yes,
We're good.
yes, we certainly do.
Yeah, Pacers.
The Schrager Hour, obviously you know that. Good Morning Football. Yeah, the Pacers, obviously a big deal. But yes, need to continue to have conversations. But If Trey Hendrickson and them win a Super Bowl, it'll all be worth it.
Yeah.
And the Bengals could. Why not with Joe Burrow? Top 3 quarterback in the league in Joe Montana's eyes. Somebody said he was the best quarterback in the league. Who was that?
Joe Burrow.
Oh, on the show, someone just came out.
said
it.
A lot of people.
Man, yeah, that was very recent.
It was Will.
Orlovsky, maybe?
Will Compton.
Dan?
Will Compton.
There it is.
Will Compton said, when healthy, Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the league. Joe Montana said he's top 3 quarterback in the league. It's like, all right, we just didn't see him in the playoffs, so that's probably why he's left out of a lot of the chatter. I'm excited to see what the Bengals can do it. We appreciate you, Shregs. Good luck with your hour.
Appreciate it. I'm doing this prediction special Thursday on ESPN after you guys at 3 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be all the predictions for the season right before kickoff. So I'm excited, and I got to say, Pat, thank you for everything. You're the man, and Bruce Arians, what a legend. Thanks, guys.
Nah, you're the legend, dude.
You're the man, bro.
You are.
You're the
Ladies
man.
and gentlemen, Peter Schrager. Thursday prediction special. Peter's predictions.
Love that.
Pumped.
Oh, PD predictions.
That's going to be a good hour.
What's PD predict? PD predictions for everything. What do you think he's guessing? Sounds like he likes the Rams.
Records?
No, I mean,
Team's record?
No,
Like, what's
he
deal?
gets a Super Bowl right every year, so he's getting a special for it.
Yeah, and he also had the Commanders last year as the team that would make the playoffs, kind of start from nothing. He does have some gems.
Schrags quietly just knows all the shit. Like draft, day of draft, he knows all the shit.
Yep.
Week before draft, he doesn't know. Day of draft, Schrags knows everything. I do wonder if that's how he ended up on our draft show, because they might have had some like production meetings beforehand to see if Schrags is going to be good. What do you know? And he's like, nothing. Nobody really knows anything. Okay.
Sorry, Schrager doesn't know shit.
He
Get
doesn't
him
know
out.
shit. And then on draft day, it's like Schrags knows everything on draft day. He was awesome with us. I'm happy he's getting more and more opportunities to kind of host. I think he's a host.
Yeah, dude, that is hilarious if that is what happened.
That's definitely what happened.
The draft show, yeah.
As we know how it works.
Yeah.
That's definitely what happened. All right, so what are some of your thoughts on what's going to happen? At this, I don't think anybody really knows right now.
I'll know on the draft, maybe, I think, but not right now. No one knows.
So what are we supposed to slot you in there for? Just like maybe no guy? I don't know. And then, we're sorry. And then, but if you go back and look at his resume, it's like, hey, Schrags knows. You just got to give him time.
Yeah.
You got to give Schrags time to operate those phones and for him to dive in there day of. He's the insider game. How do you feel about that? It's a huge part of your guys' business, the insider game.
I think guys that really know, they got connections. I love the draft when it's like, oh, I think they're going to take this guy right here.
Yeah, we had to do a lot of that. Did you worry about stuff getting out of your building?
I never did. Jason and the rest of the guys did. You know, it's like, no, I mean, how we feel about players, and I would tell the truth, and they thought I was lying all the time. It's like, if you tell the truth, that can't be real. You know, he's got to be bullshitting you. And no, that's how I got him ranked. I really do. That's it.
Yeah,
and,
well, I appreciate that you've always done that. That's why I think we like you, and we think you're going to be great for us.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stories that have come out from you just telling the truth. You know, obviously Tom Brady stuff at the end there's a big conversation about, big conspiracy about, big fodder about. You come out, address that. Tom addresses that. Then obviously the AB stuff, which we are certainly going to have to ask about at some point. Yeah. One of the greatest football players of all time.
Yes.
Antonio Brown. Like,
hardest working practice player I've ever coached.
Really?
Hardest working practice player ever.
I heard, like
seasons,
reps, everything. We're getting it. There's a reason why he was
takes it to the house every time. I said, you take it to the house, I'll wait for you to come back.
Yeah, we're not stopping practice. We're going to let you go ahead and finish, and then you take it back. We want everybody to do what you're doing. That's an interesting thing for what Antonio Brown is remembered for on the football field versus everything kind of outside of the football field, especially his retirement.
Yeah.
Everybody still literally in their head right now sees him skipping off of MetLife Stadium, going and waiting for Cheech.
Yeah.
In the back.
That's right.
To get to ride. That was like such a. You're right in the middle of all of that. We'll definitely chat about that. Cannot wait to get your thoughts on all the quarterbacks as we go through the season, what the team decisions are, situational shit. Like, you're the perfect guest for us this season. Yeah. You need to know that. We're very, very thankful for you.
No, I love it, man. I'm looking forward to it, bro.
Is it going to be new Kangles
every week? Yeah.
Oh, hell.
How many of those do you think you got?
My wife keeps telling me, is that whole closet hats? That's pretty much.
Yeah.
Can you throw some away? I said, people keep giving them to me. So no.
What's your favorite one? The next one?
The next one, yeah.
We'll make sure we get some good.
I had probably my maroon for Virginia Tech, but
you love Virginia Tech.
Tough
loss the other night. I thought you guys were in that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Thought you guys had a team.
Shane did a great job making us repunt.
Yeah, Ricky.
And then watching those 3 offensive linemen go down and try to tackle that guy, I was like, ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, having the offensive lineman at PP is certainly a move that colleges have started doing. 3 shield offensive linemen to protect. They think they beat the game. What happens, though,
when the gunners don't get there?
Yeah, what happens when that thing's coming back? I don't know. Shane Beamer with a little Beamer ball.
A Beamer ball, baby.
Shout out to Virginia Tech. Big loss over South Carolina. South Carolina might be for real, though.
Sellers is good.
Lenore Sellers looks like a guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's legit.
big.
He is legit.
Okay, these are the things.
He is
All
legit.
right, we'll continue digitally. We can't thank you enough. We'll see you tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Goodbye. Rated 0 there.
Boom.
Really think
Nailed it.
You see that, BA? Connect on that 0. That was a super professional expert send-off there for ESPN.
Yes, what?
2? We on ESPN 2.
Yeah.
U.S. Open still happening.
For a while now. They're not
AJ.
even in the quarters yet.
Yeah.
Still?
Close.
Football starting. What's going on?
I think I've been watching that. I've seen it pop up for the last month, the U.S. Open.
Yeah, football's happening. What's going on? Isn't that
It's got to wrap up in the next couple of days, right?
Yeah, it's the same with the Ryder Cup coming up. They overlap just one weekend where the greatest sport plays and then all the other sports are doing their thing. This is kind of that time, I feel like.
I know, but don't we think we should just give a runway there for a little bit? Maybe utilize the anticipation of these days right now to get these things accomplished? Ryder Cup, we can't move that up?
I completely agree. I just think
Not with the golf season, I think.
they're
That's
not
why.
even thinking of it yet.
Why not? It's over.
Ryder Cup,
Yeah.
Ryder Cup, I'm okay with because it's not every single year. But the U.S. Open, they know, hey, football season's right around the corner.
Imagine if Wednesday night they had their super duper final. For a while, I don't even know what the super duper final will be because there's tag teams, there's super
Singles.
There's singles.
Talking about tennis?
Yeah. What is
tag team?
Doubles.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
They do a lot of talking in between every serve.
They do.
Every serve, they're chit chatting.
Are you saying if it was at a different time, you would watch the U.S. Open front to back if it was not during football?
Yes.
Not
Okay.
I've been paying attention.
Tell them to move it.
If we move Wednesday night, Wednesday night, because we got Thursday is when it starts. Friday, we got Chiefs-Chargers in Brazil.
Early.
We got Patrick Mahomes on Friday. We got the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday. We got another packed slate of college ball on Saturday. Then we got a full NFL Sunday slate. And then we got Monday Night Football. I'm sorry, tennis. Move your super duper final to Wednesday night. Just lead us into Thursday. It would be great. It'd be great for all of us. But instead now, it sounds like I'm going to have to make decisions on what I watch.
Wait, when is the super duper final?
I think it's next Sunday.
It might be if they're not in the quarters.
Football,
yet.
you
And
gotta
they
turn
give
off to
them
what?
Several days off in between.
Yeah, it's either this
Can't even turn off the super duper late night games because they're electrifying because the quarterbacks are so good.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Saga Politele?
Yeah, I saw JKS was being used very frequently, so that might be the go-to.
JKS.
I think you keep saying it though. See, you got
the name down.
You got it down.
I like respecting the Oose's names. Because everybody always says it's a hard name. It's like, well, my name could be pronounced McAfee. And it's like, hey, it's McAfee. So I would like the Songa Politele family to let me know if I'm saying it right or not.
Okay.
First of all, I would like a correction if possible. But also, people should know this guy's name. Because this dude is have you seen him, BA?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
Superstar.
Freshman, 18 years old, out of Hawaii, lefty. Look how big he is. Look how comfortable he is. And watch these balls, dude. This is his first game. He went 6 for 6 to start the game. Bucket, Bruce. This guy spinning, moves too. 18 years old, man.
Shit talking.
Yeah, teammates love him. I mean, everything.
So where's he playing next?
Recruited away already.
Bingo. Alabama.
Love it.
Well, you said he's being recruited away. He said, where's he playing next year? That can't be how this goes.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. It's college football. I mean, he's going to – what's the cash?
Belichick might have actually fucked up his game plan because he stayed up too late on Saturday to watch him play. Yeah,
he was so good. Him and Devin Dampier for Utah, they were electrifying. They were playing at the same time. Games didn't end until 2 a.m. I'm like, come on, man. We got once again. Can we?
Yeah.
I know you're on the West Coast, okay, and I know your fan base is over there and they're 3 hours behind. It's like these dudes are going to keep us up all night, I think, on Saturdays. I legitimately think these two dudes have a chance of wrecking an entire sleep schedule. And I thank them for that. I certainly do thank them for that. But, boy, they are electrifying. This 18-year-old kid from from Cal.
From Cal, yeah.
So much fun. He's got the moxie, too. He's got the shit. Like, I don't know if the team is going to be good enough for him to really go on a run or whatever. Hopefully, maybe they are. but he's got like the shit. It's fun to watch that type of stuff.
Well, and those two dudes is like what I love about college football because I don't have a team. Like you're just kind of watching to root for players, and you just find two random dudes who I've never heard of, had no idea what team they play for, whatever, and you just happen to have them on at 11:30 at night on a Saturday, and two guys who you're probably going to watch for the next few years now in college football you stumble upon. But that is kind of what stinks, is that for Cal fans, is that the immediate thought is that, where's he going to play next year? Is he going to play for Bama or what?
Can this guy transfer mid-season is what people are thinking. Can he leave and start game? Can he start for a different school next weekend? Like, that's the thought immediately. Cal fans who are awesome, I will never say a bad thing about Cal fans in the Calgorithm after going out there and experiencing that place during finals week. And they were out there doing football instead of actual, So I got mad respect for the Cal fans, but it is an immediate thought. Like, well.
Yeah, what's crazy is they're in the ACC.
Yeah.
I mean, so, I'll be up watching them, too. So, I mean, for Cal and Stanford to be in the ACC, that's how fucked up college football is.
Yeah.
But Jeff Hafley.
They call it the All-Coast Conference. The All-Coast.
It's crazy. I mean, there should be 4 major conferences in the sections of the country where they belong and play each other and then have championships.
That's the top 60 you're talking about, I think.
Yeah.
And just break it into 4 quadrants.
Yep.
Still have the Southeastern Conference.
Yep.
Still have the Big Ten. It could be Northeast or whatever. I guess the Midwest would kind of be pissed off about that. That becomes Big 12.
Well, yeah, because if they do that, then Oregon's gone. USC's gone. Like all the teams that they just added will be out of there. And then, they'll start eating from the Big 12.
So they go Southeast, Northwest, Big Ten. Probably. I don't think the Big Ten and the SEC are going to give up
Pac-10, yeah.
And then what would you do Southwest? What would that be called?
I would think Arizona State, those guys go back to the Pac-12, Pac-10.
Pac-12. Oh, call it the Pac something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if they do Pac-10, they could just do, 6 divisions of 10 teams instead of 4.
So now we have the conferences. Now we have the divisions.
Mm-hmm.
We got the teams. We got the rules. Just do it.
It's not that damn hard. We fixed it already.
What is it?
2
What
hours.
did it take? That was quick. We figured that out.
It was easy.
Now there's just a couple $1 billion in contracts, so we got to kind of sort through.
No. Our department already finished. That's a different department.
Yeah, we just kind of slide that across the desk and say, hey, get out of them.
Yeah, good luck.
Get out of all these contracts. And Florida State and Clemson are going to say, we're going to get out a couple $100 million loan to try to get out of these. Turns out it would cost us $700 million to get out of these contracts.
Yep.
So everybody's going to need $700 million to get out of these contracts? Yeah. I don't know how we're going to do that.
Good luck.
I don't know yet. Figure it out.
We figured out our
end. We got our end figured out. We have 4 divisions. They're all going to play each other. I don't know how it gets fixed with the amount of questions and the amount of people that you need to go in the same direction. And with all that being said, the product on the field is so awesome. Like North Carolina, that first drive.
That's college football.
Awesome.
It was awesome. I agree.
It was awesome. I met the commissioner of the ACC. Is Jim Phillips? Is that his name?
Sounds correct.
Something Phillips, I think.
Sure.
It was on a sideline.
Yes, sir.
Jim Phillips?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. It was a little loud. I meet him. He said, Commissioner of the ACC. During that first drive, I thought to myself, we're going to see a lot of Commissioner Jim Phillips this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, during that first drive, I was thinking the ACC, Miami, Florida State, North Carolina. Now, obviously, Dabo's going to do his thing. This commissioner is about to have the biggest year of his life, and I just met him. I was kind of happy for him. I'm like, good for this guy that this whole thing's going to happen. And then it all changed. I'm like, maybe Jim Phillips is not going to have as big of a year as we thought he. I was going to say the ACC was the best conference in football. I was going to say that. I was going to come on this show and say that after the first drive. I was locked into. I'm like, the ACC goes from the team that was, or the conference that was going to be pissed about how many teams they get into the playoff and how everybody's kind of disrespecting them as a power. Everybody says SEC, Big Ten. Nobody really talks about the Big 12. Nobody talks about the ACC. Big 12 certainly in third place. ACC and football was just kind of a castaway. And then all of a sudden, one offseason, bang, Miami's back. Florida State's back. And then fucking Bill Belichick is going to lead North Carolina. I'm like, Jim Phillips, good for you, dude. You're the new Sankey. You're fucking new Sankey. It's you, Sankey, and Petiti now sitting at the table. And then what happens the rest of the game? It's like, nope, all of a sudden, I think there's going to be the same power structure amongst those commissioners. Yeah. I think that's how it's going to be. But they all have to get on the same page. And then all the presidents of all the schools, then all the athletic directors, and all the coaches all have to get on the same page. When has that ever happened? and the TV networks.
Well, that's the thing. Is this the first thing that can't be TV network, and that like a streaming service could, in theory, come in and pay $10 billion in buyouts, and then this entire conference lives on Prime or Apple,
X.
No way they let that happen. No way they let that happen.
How? What?
The networks.
Yeah, that'd be like the death of network TV if that happened, because that's the only thing people are sticking around for is this kind of shit.
This kind of shit. Watch the way you speak about it.
Well, I'm just saying live sports in general. Like, you start losing those, then
Live football is what matters.
Have you seen Gronowski at Iowa?
They can sling it.
Don't watch the first quarter, Coach.
Yeah, they rushed for 310 yards. It would have been malpractice to have them out there throwing 50 times. It's like, hey, Albany can't stop the run, but guess what? Gronowski, 8 rushes, 46 yards, touchdown.
Do you think you're going to have to throw it at some point, though?
No, I told D-Butt this. This was really all I needed to see because he was cramping up too. It was an unseasonably hot day at Kinnick. I think they were in the red zone. It was like 3rd and 9, and he hit an out for like 15 yards to move the sticks. I was like, that hasn't happened once in the last 8 years, so that's good enough for me.
And he lowers the shot. He runs.
Does. He's 6'3", 230, 235. Like he's physical.
Seed.
That was a seed right there.
Yeah, dude.
Good placement on that ball.
So I'm not. I mean, this weekend is kind of the whole is the measuring stick. We'll see.
Iowa State's got a good team.
They do.
Iowa State's got a real good team.
They do.
Cyclones are coming for that ass.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
First play touchdown last week.
They got a kicker who kicks 63-yarder.
Iowa's kicker's pretty good too.
55-yarder.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's crazy. What the kickers are doing now.
Insane.
I mean, 70 yards.
They just make
Cam Little.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, there better be no time left on the clock if you miss, because they're going to turn around and kick a short one.
Yeah, exactly. You're giving up 3 immediately on those 70 yards.
Automatically.
Yes, I agree. That the whole, I don't want to say aggression, but it feels like coaches have gotten a lot more aggressive. 4th down, going for it more as more stats are being told. Like, hey, at this, you should be able to pick it up at this particular rate. Feels like people are going for it more. More long kicks are happening, I think. Do you agree with that?
Totally, and I'll ask our guys to look this up.
Okay.
Of those teams that are doing it, how many are offensive head coaches versus defensive head coaches?
Okay,
Because defensive head coach said, "Oh no, we ain't doing that shit.
We're punting.
We're punting all the way, brother."
But look at the Commanders. They were the ones who kind of they did that a shitload last year, and Dan Quinn's a defensive guy, and maybe Cliff Kingsbury has a little more say in that. But especially in the playoffs, Commanders were going for it on 4th and short every single time.
Who was the guy from Chargers that came from his mom and dad?
Brandon Staley.
Brandon Staley, defensive guy. He was going for it a lot. He was super stats guy.
Where's he at?
Good question.
All right, something went wrong with football. You don't kick field goals anymore. All right, and I love Dan Campbell. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a hell of a coach. I think he's the next Bill Cowher. But they're in the Super Bowl. You kick 3 damn field goals instead of going for it on 4th down. You got a 3-score lead, and you put your team in an oh shit moment. You know what that is?
What's that?
Oh fuck, we're tied now. Oh shit. Oh shit. I got to call a different play. Oh shit. We had a 20-point lead. Oh shit. Now it's a 7-point lead. You're calling defense. You're calling different offenses because the head coach went for it and didn't make it.
Now, they would say that if they didn't live like that all season, they wouldn't have been in a position to go for it, right? I think that is...
1,000%. And also, Josh Reynolds has to catch those balls on 4th down, and then we're in the Super Bowl as well.
Well, yeah, that's shit dropped. Mark Andrews should have caught some bitch, and then we'd be talking about Lamar not being the winner.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
you're right.
It's,
risk it.
Don't ever get me started on analytics.
No, let's start on analytics. They don't believe in momentum. Analytics don't believe in situational awareness. Analytics believe on the outcome. That's what
Don't they claim to, though? I thought they claimed to take in that stuff.
No, they don't believe in momentum.
Yeah, momentum's not real.
Oh, okay. I thought they claimed that they do take it all, even like all of it.
No,
they don't know that your right guard can't block Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, where's the stats on Ndamukong Suh lined up over AQ?
Why didn't you go for it on 4th down? Because AQ couldn't block his ass.
One-on-one. AQ could have, though.
But
AQ would have gnawed and eaten that.
Tore his up. But it doesn't make any sense to me. Baseball, total sense. You can't hit a curveball, put a curveball pitcher in. But this going for it inside the 50 every time it's 4th and 5 or less. Those points add up, man.
Well,
especially in the playoffs.
The analytics
points
on
are
the
huge.
screen. The analytics on the screen tell us to go.
Go for it. Go for it.
Every
Go
time.
for it.
Every time. I've never seen it say don't go.
No, I don't think it ever has.
That's it.
Why don't you listen to it?
Go.
I hate it. Can't stand it.
No, you don't know what you're talking about, though. These analytics clearly say 67% of the time you'd make it here.
Are they talking about blocking and tackling or numbers? They're talking about numbers over the history of the game. All right? That's bullshit.
It sounds like the numbers are a much bigger biscuit operation.
Dude. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting my ass kicked. Why didn't I make it on 3rd one?
Well, the
I'm supposed to go for it on 4th and 1.
Well, the analytics said that you should have 82% of the time should have made it on 3rd and 1.
Should have made it. Yeah, they got a better player. Michael Parsons kicked our ass. You know?
How do you think Green Bay does, Micah? You think they win Super Bowl? I'm talking Super Bowl expectations.
I think it gives them a better chance. I mean, it's going to excite that defense. Defense is already good. And did Kenny even play that much last year?
He was hurt a little bit, and he did, but he had his worst year by far in a long time.
They're not going to miss him. They added something big and lost a little. So yeah, I think they already got a great fan base, maybe the best ever. I mean, the best place for me to ever go to win was Lambeau.
Yeah, cool feeling.
And they had great brats for you after the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, drive through that neighborhood, show up at the stadium. Yeah, it's really cool, and you feel like you're in Sable's NFL films that you watched growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, I'm in the movie right now. I'm in the history of football. AJ's the all-time leading tackler for that program. I couldn't even imagine.
Wasn't that Scotty Miller? BA, you were there at the Scotty Miller at half touchdown right before half?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, man, that was wild.
I told him to punt. I was pissed off because we missed it on 3rd. I said punt, and I said, wait a minute, timeout. And I think we had a 10-point lead maybe.
Right, he took his
seven.
cape off.
7. I said, best they're going to get is a field goal. Fuck it, go for it. And Tommy looked at me, what? I said, go for it. And Byron called it a great play.
You risked it and you got the biscuit.
And, obviously we got a little bunch formation. They thought we were going to run a quick out, try to get a first down field goal. And the guy squats and Scotty runs right by him.
Scoot, is he still on the Steelers?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's on 53.
Yep.
He's
turned into a hell of a little gunner.
Aaron loves him.
He don't weigh 160 pounds. He's a hell of a little gunner.
He was great for you guys.
He was.
Scoot, Scotty Miller came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So fast.
Yeah.
So fast. By the looks of him, you don't think he's as fast as he is.
Yeah, Kevin King didn't think so.
What's that?
Why is that, Pat? It's because he's like shorter or what?
Yeah, you just don't think his stride length, just by looking at him, you don't think his stride length could be fast enough. You know,
sneaks up.
He can turn him over, boy. He can turn him over.
He can. He dance too. I heard.
Pick him up, put him down.
Picks him up and puts him down.
You mean like Tyreek Hill? Because he's like the same height as Tyreek Hill. So
no,
what are you guys? What are you saying?
Oh, different.
We're the same number too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his comp. I think that was his comp. But nobody on TV would say that.
There's just something about him still.
Yeah, a lot of Danny Amendola in him.
Yeah, certainly.
With speed.
He's Julian Edelman with
speed.
With high
speed. The speed. Yeah.
Who's that guy coming out of the What that was coming out of a Texas school who ran like a 4.3 and they
George Shipley?
It was a Texas school. I don't remember if it was actually Texas. It was maybe Texas Tech or something. Kid ran like a 4.3 or 4.2. I'm like, this guy's a lot like Danny Amendola. No, he's not. You're talking about strictly skin color, I do believe. Yes.
Well, yeah.
He is a white man.
That makes sense.
Yes, he is. He's a lot different than Danny, though. Not that Danny didn't have speed. You got to have speed. But, yeah, I think Scooty Miller had a hell of a run. Maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers is the right place for him. Maybe Aaron Rodgers needs a Scotty Miller. Do you think so, Tone?
Yeah, he's talked about it a bunch. Like he doesn't have to guess where Scotty's going to be. Scotty's always in the right place, and obviously, as a veteran quarterback like Aaron, like we know Aaron appreciates that.
All right, let's take a break, and then we'll wrap up with everything we didn't hit, including a little BA breakdown of some defenses.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which I'm excited to see. Also, some headlines. You know, there's a new voted #1 player in the NFL. Got to talk about that. Don't want to give it away. Jumped over somebody backwards last year.
Oh, okay.
Ran for more yards in a season than any humans ever run for yards.
Sure.
His before contact numbers, if they were their own season, would have been a top 5 rusher in the NFL. So the entire offensive line's back, and he's back. And I'm talking about Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
He's #1 player in the NFL. Where did everybody else fall in? What are BA's thoughts on it? And we're just 2 days away from NFL kickoff. This is a beautiful thing. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. Take 5.
Bye.
We're still bringing it.
I light every bridge I see here just to watch it burn. If you've seen all the
hell I seen it make your stomach turn. I think you know why I do what I do when I do.
Started with 133 teams vying for one of these coveted 12 spots for this 12-team playoff, and it came down to 2 teams in the great state of Indiana kicking this entire thing off.
I might drink a little, I might smoke a lot, counting down the good times, staring down the clock, throw some
The best year of college football that it's ever had is about to have the greatest playoff it's ever had, and it all starts right here in front of Touchdown Jesus and his beautiful Irish people. And I think if you say, "Go Irish!" Hoosiers! They'll do that all night. If you make this kick, I will double his kick to $500,000. I will also donate $250,000 to a charity of Chris Daly's choosing. Yeah, let it go, man.
Oh, God.
Not terrible. Not terrible. Proud of you. One kick, $750,000. The Lord is watching you. Man down. Man down.
That's all right.
$1 million. And there's a bunch of that have invaded.
There's a lot of them. We don't just beat top 25 teams, we beat the shit out of them.
Okay. Google here.
But one thing you didn't learn from me is talking all the shit you talk.
Welcome to the most electrifying atmosphere in all of sport. I know European soccer fans are wild. That's like 30 to 60,000. You're about to see all weekend 100,000 plus bananas atmosphere, and that is one part of the reason why college ball is so damn great.
Why are the girls here?
Is this not a fun show? No serious show. Serious football. Alabama Jones is very serious.
You know, he was trying to be funny, which I get it. And, you know, my daughter Kristen loves him, so that's kind of soothed the soul a little bit that somebody in our family likes the guy.
I choose to believe. In front of Touchdown Jesus and everybody looking down. IU gets a massive win over Notre Dame. Shane, I'm sorry.
You're a real scumbag. I thought Coach Cignetti coming out here was a real disgrace to the game. He left his players in the locker room to go get some camera time for himself. I know a legend like yourself would never do something like that. Would you?
No,
it's disgusting. I saw it. I thought, wow, what a sad, disgusting program. Notre Dame by a million. Go Irish.
Riley Leonard and the Irish from their own 2. Jeremiah Love breaks free. Jeremiah Love trying to go 98. Touchdown!
Might be fiction for a blowout here, fellas.
Couldn't wait to get to the wonderful state of OH! In the SEC, coming up to the Big Ten, when it's cold as hell, we shall settle the conversation here in beautiful Columbus. Coach, that hairline, you get a haircut every day?
Not every day. Not every day.
Big beard, big boot, Peters in tow, 500. Oh, this guy sucks. Holy hell. This guy's the worst we've ever seen. Just took out the Ohio State cheerleaders. $1 million here, JD level. Yep, this guy sucks at kicking, but we appreciate the hell out of you, JD. He has once wiped 100 times.
What? What?
Yeah, 100 times. There are actually people out there, psychos obviously, that like the non-frosted Pop-Tarts. Gary's probably one of the best football players I've ever been around. Non-frosted strawberry Pop-Tarts.
I like non-frosted Pop-Tarts.
I like non-frosted Pop-Tarts.
Now, I, at one point this year, was the mayor of Conktown.
You were the mayor?
Mayor of Conktown, yeah. They voted me in there, and this is my crap.
How do you become the mayor of Conktown?
You just got to go around and say, listen, I heart cock. I hard cocks. Sorry, numerous. Whenever we found out that there was going to be a college football playoff game in Columbus, Ohio, we were all jacked up to see this Ohio State faithful be showcased to the entire world about how much they love football. Then we walked out here to this game day set this morning, and it was like, Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Rocky Top, Rocky Top. Well, in that song, they say it's home. Home for me is the North, and the cold is going to be Dahn. Give me the Ohio State Buckeyes representing for the Big Ten. How cool was Sean Perkins, the Ohio State football team, for allowing us to hang out in their facility pretty much all day Saturday? They had 5 TVs set up, a bunch of recliners. Roosters supplied some phenomenal food. Arctic temperatures. DJ Hawkins saw 2 moments. Darius Butler from South Florida. He's fucking in for it. You can check up on about first quarter, fourth quarter. It's all we want. It's all loose. It is. Hand off on the count. Travion Henderson in the open field. Travion Henderson is scoring another ton for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Story of the game thus far as Chip Kelly is going mad dummy, bruh. All of Ohio is excited. They were singing long neck, ice cold beer never broke my heart. First read, second read, third read, scramble, ball on the ground. Check down. Would hate to be a Tennessee fan or a chair near Morgan Wallen because they have no hope right now. Well, Howard, 101. Check. Jeremiah Smith.
By and large, these games have absolutely stunk, Pat.
Peter Herbstreit raising an absolute hell.
A couple people up here with that smoky orange face paint on that are feeling like real assholes right now.
As we look to the exits, and the Volunteers fans are saying, get my ass back to the South. This one's over. Bounces it. Touchdown, Ohio State. Boys, that was wide ass open. He's got left hand. 500 drones, ones that we know about. This game's over, but we're still bringing it. Crowd of about 30 people moving through the back end of the business field here. And in the middle of it is this black Samoan man who has become the most famous human on earth.
Great guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Yeah. There's thousands of people skipping class to come see your big ass.
Listen, there is thousands and thousands of you skipping class. It doesn't matter if they go to class.
Moana is one of the best animated films of all time. Okay? Can't wait for the live action.
Thank you, yes.
But
You're welcome.
We talk about Mana.
What can I say except you're welcome?
And we talk about Mana.
Honestly, listen, kid, I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was Maui just messing around. I couldn't have buried its guts, sprouted a tree. Now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on a breakaway. And the temperature here on my skin is a map of the victories I win. Look where I've been to make everything happen. Look at the me, Maui just tickety-tapping. That's it.
Still got it.
On the Samoan side, Polynesian side, we have a word called mana. Mana is spirit. Mana is power. Mana comes from in here. It's the thing that gives you goosebumps. It's that thing you feel. It's that thing when I walked out and we felt this thing. This is mana. This is mana. It's very, very, very real, and you could feel it. Mwah. Little things like I don't get driven anywhere. I don't want to get driven anywhere. I don't like chauffeurs. Keeps me in my way just a little grounded. Like I could drive myself everywhere and not telling some guy, hey, take me here, take me there.
That is something I'm going to start saying, like, yeah. Because when they open your door, you feel so bad. I can open my own door, dude. They're trying to be courteous. It's their job. But also, the day I stop opening my own door is the day I become a big old bitch.
Here we go.
That's a big cup.
Sorry, Mike. Here's the iconic sound. You guys know it. This special Terramana toast goes out to Passion. Congratulations on your show. Very proud of you. Very proud of all you boys. And to all of you, love you guys. Thank you for the support. Keep kicking ass. Cheers. In my world, when I sit down and we're talking about movies and all this other shit, it's never this. It's never this, back with the boys, and you. So I appreciate it, and this one's to you. Thank you, boys.
See you, pal. Cheers.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break here.
Oh, hold on, one more. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this BA Day, September 2nd, 2025. Hour 3 of the program begins now.
Football!
Set hut.
Hit.
Yeah, it was.
I guess.
What I was saying is we're all moving on the ball there. And the ball, whenever that beat drops, ball is being snapped, and then football is what's coming in there.
Can he really hear this?
Who, every team?
So when you interview a quarterback these days, all right, call a play in the huddle for me and give me your snap count. Never have. What do you mean? Coach holds his thing up on the side and I just go like that.
I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into this right now. Now is not the time to get into that.
Yeah. Don't get me started.
Why not?
Just because here in Indianapolis, we're having a situation.
Sure.
Okay. Where maybe a quarterback had next to no experience whenever he was drafted number 4 overall. And maybe experience is a really good thing to have as a quarterback, especially if you're going to play in the NFL with all of the things that are going to come across the desk of the starting quarterback of the NFL, not just on the field, but off the field, how you handle everything. If you have next to no experience, I think it's going to be a tough thing just to get baptized at that particular position. And then you talk about how the expectations, a lot of these college quarterbacks at this level, at this time, maybe not now because they got ears, so maybe they do have to call a play. Maybe it'll go back to that as opposed to what everybody was doing on the sideline where there were signs being stolen. But it feels like there was quite a run there of where quarterbacks weren't expected to do as many things as they're going to be expected to do at the NFL. And it was almost setting them up for failure whenever they're getting the NFL. So we here in Indy see a guy with no experience, and then also if he even had experience, it probably wasn't going to be necessarily providing pivotal pieces of information for him to be a professional quarterback. You're saying it was getting difficult there to find a quarterback throughout a bit of a run, it feels like?
About 12 years of interviewing quarterbacks who'd never called a play in a huddle, never used a snap count, and we had to teach them how to do that. Now,
you were a college football coach, right?
Yes.
Was it always that way, or was this like something that just changed mightily, you're saying?
I think tempo started it. You know, everybody wanted to be up-tempo, so they would just hold up a card and everybody knew the formation and the play. Or 3 coaches are signaling to the receivers where to line up, tight end where to line up, running back, and they held up a card for the play. And, you know, I brought in a young guy who was a heck of a prospect for one of those spring visits, and I said, look, you get in the mirror. I'm going to give you a script. Call these plays in the mirror, and here's a snap count. And you look at yourself. And we drafted him. And he came back, and he was ready to do it. And did a hell of a job with it, and did okay for us.
But that was the first time he was probably doing that.
First time he'd ever done it.
That's crazy to think about, just because that moment of you telling the play also, I think we heard Ryan Day talk about it with Julian Sane, about watching Will Howard command the huddle. And whenever you come into the huddle, just like whenever you're on this show, if you come in soft, weak, you are going to be assumed to be a man that lacks confidence on our show. In the huddle, whenever you go in there, first thing out of your mouth, how you're handling yourself is how you're going to be judged by everybody in there. I think that's what they talk about with J.J. McCarthy up in Michigan. He was a freshman, and he went into a huddle. It was like late in the game or something. Everybody was tired, miserable. Offensive linemen were tired. J.J. McCarthy, they said, went into the huddle, and everybody was like, this is a guy. Like the way he just kind of maneuvered and talked and acted, and probably like the quick little thing he said afterwards and the way he handled it all. It's like that's a huge leadership part of the quarterback position. I think that carries into other things. I think we lost sight of that NFL stuff. I think they were just trying to have immediate success in college, and they're thinking to themselves, we got to win now. I ain't got to worry about developing this guy to be an NFL guy. But then you saw the NFL change a little bit to it, right?
Totally.
Think the NFL kind of change?
Yes,
it's like Tom Brady's big thing is like how easy and basic it's getting for quarterbacks. That was like a big pitching point whenever he retired. I think Peyton was saying the same things about how the reads quickly became like college-type reads as opposed to NFL-type reads. Did you see that as well throughout your career?
Yeah, guys were never reading post-snap anymore. Everything was pre-snap. And I think I look at the Ohio State-Texas game, and I see Matt Patricia just totally bamboozle one of the best young quarterbacks to ever come into the game because he had to learn to do it. You got 2 seconds to figure out where this ball's going. All right? And if you're seeing this and they're playing that, if you don't see it within those first 3 steps of your drop, you're going to throw it to the wrong guy.
So you're saying what Arch Manning was seeing was something that was by design to make him look and be as confused as he looked. He looked incredibly confused. And you're saying that, was it just Arch or is it the entire offense that has to kind of deal with it?
Oh, it's everybody. The coaches, everybody. And you know, when you don't know what to prepare for, and that's college's problem. When, you know, don't play preseason games, you don't get to see anything. And first time you see it, you're on national television playing number 1 versus number 3. It's like, holy shit. And like, that ain't easy. I mean, it's not easy for a veteran quarterback in the NFL when you play that system.
Okay, let's talk about that system. We actually have a couple plays. Let's run this play here. And what we need to look at here is pre-snap, what it looks like, and then post-snap, what it looks like, right? And we'll have some screenshots of it. Let's run the play. So Arch Manning had to turn his back there a little bit, and then he tried to decipher, figure it out, can't figure it out, overthrows because it's kind of a rush of a throw. Let's go to the pre-snap shot here. Okay, so what does this look like for what Arch Manning's looking at?
I think for any young quarterback and vet quarterback in the NFL, they're going to think that's cover 0. It's been about all-out blitz. You got man coverage all across the board. There's no deep safety. This guy's playing the tight end. And post-snap, it's totally different.
Flip, go to the next one. Okay, so now
you see the backside safety running to the middle. He's trapping the next receiver coming over from the right. The defensive end's dropping to cover the back. And it's totally different than we saw pre-snap. Now, Peyton, his second or third year, got this. Tom, probably in his second or third year, got this because this is complicated now. For a college quarterback, especially a young guy starting, this is the highest level you get of defensive football. And Ohio State did an unbelievable job for their young guys, I think, Debo, of not giving it away.
Yeah, so why do I asked Coach Saban this last night. I said, it feels like people are making a big deal out of what Matt Patricia was doing. Now, granted, everybody said he was getting that Arch got Belichicked or whatever because Matt Patricia runs a lot of what Belichick was doing. That's not normal in college ball. Why is it not normal in college ball? Because guys give it away? That seemingly was what you guys were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, these guys played together. First of all, you got Igmanosin, who's been there for a while. I think he's a senior. He played a lot of important ball. Caleb Downs, who we talked about, not only what he is physically, but mentally, what he can handle, and what he can communicate. You know, we just talked about preparing and how these quarterbacks were kind of ill-prepared for the next level. It's the same thing with defensive backs. It would be guys who came in who never backpedaled, who never shuffled, never had to have a 2-to-1 read, just played press man-to-man coverage. So the thing about, you know, Bill and his operation in New England, it wasn't about just players that were talented, but it was about players that can get it between the ears, and that way you can communicate, you can adjust during games, you can adjust on the sideline, and then week to week you can make those type of adjustments. So Matty P just brought that to Ohio State, and then the talent. You said
Caleb Downs is the key, right?
Caleb Downs is the key. He's the quarterback of that defense. So you can do multiple things, and when you can adjust those coverages and lie, because you can have a disguise, but if I'm a nickelback and I'm showing something here, but it's a safety capping me, like, the quarterback knows, okay, put him in. He possibly pressured, but like if we're all on the same page, if I'm showing something, the safety showing middle post close or something like that, now that's showing a real picture to that quarterback, and then post snap he has to process that in those 2.5 seconds to get it off, and that's tough for NFL quarterbacks, let alone a junior making his first start against a big-time program like that.
It's crazy to think, though, that, you mentioned rookie quarterbacks going to be tough to figure this type of shit out. More colleges should do this. I guess it's just hard to find the guys, huh? That's like the thing.
To have the athletic ability and the brains, those cats are very few. They go to the NFL. Every 2% go to the NFL. Those guys go to the NFL. Ohio State just happened to be about 4 or 5 of them.
And they had 14 of them last year. That's why reloading so many guys and both coordinators was such a big deal for this Ohio State team to see how they were going to be. Well, it feels like they got it right. And on the defensive side, it feels like Matt Patricia knows that he walked into a loaded group, but also a very intelligent group. And congratulations, number 1 team in the country. Ohio State Buckeyes. AP poll just came out. Ohio State Buckeyes number 1 in the country. Congratulations, AJ. I know this is what you guys wanted.
That's right.
All off season.
Yep.
Wow. That's what you guys
that's
wanted.
what we care about. We care about preseason polls and polls after week 1. That really gets us national.
Oh, congratulations. OH.
Yep, IO.
Yeah. OH.
Let's see. Hey, let's just do it in December and January, fellas.
OH.
IO.
Number 1 team in the country.
Come on now.
Way to go.
Great. Congrats.
Good season.
You know what's awesome?
See if we're there at the end.
I said this on game day at the very beginning. This team won the national championship, and their fans do not care.
Yeah.
They do. We don't care.
New Year.
Go ahead and lose today by a couple touchdowns. Go ahead. See. I dare you. We'll be right back into what it was last year. That is legitimately the expectations at Ohio State. That's why it's like, I think if you're Ryan Day, the way he talks about it, and then you heard Will Howard, and you listen to everybody, it's like, it is an honor to play here. This is going to be around long after us. We are just kind of the wearers of the uniform at this current moment, and we know what all comes with it. And it feels like Caleb Downs out of Alabama, especially if Matt Patricia's going to lead this type of fucking defense where it's like we're doing a lot of movement.
Yeah, you got to get them on 1st and 2nd down. You don't see that shit on 1st and 2nd. They do a great job of getting you in 3rd and 6 or more. Then God bless you if you can read that stuff.
What are you going to do? Run against these teams? Is that what you got to do? What is the?
I think you get your shots early. You got to run the football, but you got to get your shots on 1st and 2nd down against them where they're normal. And I know 2nd down, if you're in 3 wides, Matty's playing a 5-1. That's it. You're going to stop the run with that.
Oh, 5 down.
5 down, cover everybody with 1 middle linebacker. Well, there's some good things to run against that, but there's only a few coverages you can run with that.
Have you ever thought about getting into college ball again at this stage of your life and calling offense?
Never.
How easy would it be for you?
It'd be hard. It'd be hard because of the rules. I mean, these cats never. First of all, nobody knows how to block or tackle anymore because you can't practice it.
I love that you're just this.
I mean, tackling is a lost art. I say everybody's like a dummy with no arms. I mean,
we got to coach it, coach.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to. In high school, you're only allowed 3 days you can actually tackle.
So in Pennsylvania, you're only allowed 1 week of training camp before the season started. I had no idea that was a rule. That's an actual rule. I don't know if it's all of Pennsylvania or just Whippeal. Tone, is it Whippeal or all of Pennsylvania?
All of PA.
All of PA, yeah.
I assume it's in other states, too.
Is it like that in Ohio, AJ?
You got to go down the south because they got spring practice. They got summer practice. It never stops.
Down there in the south, we're playing high school, so we're not.
What does that mean? 1 week of camp.
So,
what does that mean? What do they consider camp?
I read into it. The first week now has to be like this conditioning period.
Acclimation period.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the acclimation period where you can only wear pads for so long, and then you can only be out there for 2 or 3 hours a day or whatever. They don't want people dying.
When did the boys learn how to tackle? When
game day,
week 2.
Yeah.
That's the toughest thing in the pros. That's why the early, like week 1, week 2, like you're gonna see some shitty tackling. Even though defenses are ahead of the game, but guys make it too much. We're not tackling Saquon and A.J. Brown, these guys in practice. So the only live tackling reps you're going to get is when the bright lights are on, and these guys get paid a shit ton of money to not get tackled one-on-one. That's why defense is all about running to the ball, tackling with leverage, taking your shots, trusting the guy on the inside or the outside of you, because guys are too good at just tackling in open field, one-on-one. So, yeah,
And nobody's playing in the preseason.
Yeah, that's the other part.
No, people back. Felt like this year there was more people playing.
All right, because they're learning their lesson.
Last year there was nobody playing. It felt like we had ass football for a bit. It did feel like we had some shitty football early. This year it felt like more people played. Maybe we're just paying attention to it more because we're talking about it, but it did feel like more guys played.
No, I think you have to. I mean, you got to get at least a half in, just to feel as a team.
Like Kansas City.
Yeah, come in, come out,
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes out there,
Yeah.
Travis is out there. They're doing their thing. They feel that way. What did Philadelphia do? Do we know?
I don't think
They didn't play anybody.
Yeah, Tanner McKee had an unbelievable preseason.
Yep, and he got hurt.
The Bengals, they Burrow and Chase were out there.
First time.
First Sergeant, big-time Steelers fan over in Australia. He asked a couple times. We don't think Aaron should just maybe taking a few snaps in the preseason? Just kind of go through the warm-up, just experience it. Pittsburgh Steeler, maybe so the fans could maybe see what it looks like too, maybe just, something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think he's a big preseason guy. If he was to get hurt in a preseason game, you guys would all kill Tomlin for having him out there.
True.
So it's like that decision is always happening. He was like, yeah, but we could have seen at least a
Take a snap.
yeah, he said we could have just won.
Couple warm-ups.
We could have seen.
Yeah.
I was like, I think he was actually trying to change the entire preseason.
Yeah.
I think he was actually thinking about changing the entire thing.
But our Super Bowl year, we didn't have a preseason.
Yeah, COVID year, right?
It's COVID. So for the first time, we actually scrimmaged. I was like, you talk about holding your breath, brother. First of all, Tommy never been in the stadium. And they had that decibel thing that they came out with no fans. They're going to have this decibel thing. I say, okay, we went in, we turned it up. You couldn't hear shit. It's really going to be this loud? and we're tackling, and I'm like, oh, shit. So we had to do this twice.
Two scrimmages?
Two scrimmages.
And how far apart were they?
A week.
1 week. But it was offense, defense.
Offense versus first best on best. And
How many different periods did we do? We did all periods or we did actual
I think we
free-flowing
tried
game?
40 plays. 40 plays, and I had enough of this shit.
Holding your breath every single snap?
Oh, God, yeah.
Both sides there.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, Vita's, oh, man, don't get me, it was scary, bro.
Had to do it, though? You felt all
We had to. We had. First of all, we had to tackle somebody. And it's like, we got to get in the stadium and see our new guys get in there and know where to go. And here's your locker room, and here's, but there's not going to be any fans in stands, but it's okay. Here we go.
That's crazy. I know you coached 47 years. Like, was that, I know it was the most, most unique. Was that the most difficult year to go?
By far, D. I mean, that was challenging. But I got to give our players credit, man, and our owners. And we had a huge advantage being in Florida. We could be out. I never did one Zoom meeting the entire year.
Great state.
I feel like you lose a lot of connectivity whenever you're doing Zooms.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are they really over there? I mean, it's like, so we built outdoor facilities to locker rooms, eating, meeting rooms. Everything was outside all the way to the Super Bowl. Now, the northern teams would be freezing their ass off, but we had this huge advantage.
That's not your fault.
No, I love it.
Yeah, it's perfect down here, Tim. I'm actually happy we're outside. We should do this every year, actually. This is something we should continue on here, maybe.
But, man, our guys bought in, and I told them, I said, if we beat the virus, we'll win the whole thing. Because guys are going to be missing time. We had, I think, 2 or 3 maybe players miss a game, the individual.
That was stressful every week, though, right? You never knew who was going to be.
But God, we got tested every day, and the playoffs we got tested twice a day.
So in the NBA, that's crazy. Were they shoving the thing up the nose too? How about how far that was going?
Oh,
Remember that?
Make you cry every time.
Yeah.
They were shoving it, touching it. We touched the brain.
Yep.
That's the only place they will tell us if you got it or not.
Yeah, but it worked.
Feels pretty uncomfortable. Yeah, it was very accurate.
It worked. So, like, at the end of the day.
How about us pulling into that parking garage for WWE and people coming out in Ebola suits?
Oh, yeah.
With those sticks about to shove up my nose. All right, roll your window down. Don't look at us, though, please.
Why are you in those
Look straight ahead. Gloves on, shoving that thing all the way up to my brain. All right, we got to get, I don't know if it's up there yet. It is. I can feel it. No, we need a little bit more. All right, can't get that contaminated.
Yeah, he's positive. Get him! That's almost what it felt like.
I mean, remember the what was it? The Korean net. Remember they were catching people over in like South Korea.
It was a wall time.
It was crazy.
So that's why when people attack, like the Lakers won in the bubble down there, it's like, is that a real championship? It's like, man, do you remember? There was a lot of bullshit going on.
Oh yeah, everyone
like
had
the
to deal
amount
with
of
it.
obstacles that everybody had to go through. I would argue that if you could put that asterisk in proper perspective, people would be more impressed with that championship than without it. I legitimately think that because of all the obstacles. Nobody really talks about the NFL one because it happened in a stadium. Everybody watched it. The games are played, everything like that. It's not really ever chatted about as being one that's not viewed as equal. The NBA, definitely. This one, I don't think it's ever been chatted about. But with that being said, in the future, it's going to be hard to explain how hard it was to even have that fucking season. I mean, just play a game, let alone everything else.
Remember early on, I can't remember what week it was, but I think it was like the Titans or someone. And it went through the locker room. And they had like 13 guys that were down for Sunday, and we were like, there's no way they're going to be able to play a full season. This is going to happen every single week to a couple different teams. You're going to be expecting to go, and it's like, well, actually, you're going to have 6 starters on offense and defense that aren't going to be able to play on Sunday.
And the guys that you're signing that aren't in your building, they have to stay in a hotel locked away from everybody for 8 days or something. 8 days or something like that. So they can't practice. They're on your team.
Unless they had the antibodies?
The antibodies was the key. Fuck.
I tell you what was crazy about that year. My wife met Tom Brady for the first time on the stage at the Super Bowl.
Oh, because you guys weren't really able
We weren't
to
allowed to see anybody.
That's crazy.
Which, once again, sucks with building camaraderie and building a team.
And it was the most bizarre year coaching. We're opening up New Orleans, and it's empty. And I'm a little loud. I cuss a little bit, and I'm cussing out one of their players. And he's like, damn, coach, it's going to be like that? I said, hell yeah, brother.
He could hear you. Yeah, everybody. It wasn't as loud as what the first decibel thing they told you was going to be?
It wasn't any noise. It's crazy. I could hear Sean. He could hear me.
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, bingo.
The thing about Ben Roethlisberger is allegedly the DBs could just hear him telling the wide receivers what routes to run. Because I guess Roethlisberger's a guy that just will say, hey, run a slant. Like on the field. And I guess that was the story that was coming out, right?
Oh, yeah, you can hear it verbatim.
DBs were like, just don't let him know we can hear him. We can hear everything he's doing out there. Ben was an old school guy, huh? Felt like.
Fucking go deep.
One of the best, brother. One of the best. In the big games, I'll take him over all of them.
He's just a dog, right?
Total.
He is in everything, it feels like. He's a massive shit talker.
Take him over all of them, Bruce?
All of them, Bruce. In the big game.
Bruce, all
you
of
heard
them?
what he said. You all heard what he said.
We did. I heard
He's the only one that I've had that had to go 92 yards to win the Super Bowl.
That's fair.
And
he won. And Hines shouldn't have been in the game. His knee was gone. Mm-hmm. Nate had a separated shoulder. He only had 2 guys that could catch, Santonio and Heath. And, of course, he kept feeding Tone.
Absolutely. One of the greatest catches in the history of football.
But the throw was better. Ben should have been MVP.
Oh, you're still bummed out about that?
I'm still pissed about it, yeah.
I think Ben probably pretty bummed out about it as well.
Right. If you look at that throw, and it's like he lobs it back there and just sticks his hands up.
Great catch, great toe tap as well. I mean, the throw, insane. The fact that you guys won, awesome. And I love that you just said that about Ben Roethlisberger. And I don't know if you heard, there was a climax in Hammer. Dahn. Tone, you love everything you just said right there. How you might put it as your ex-bio?
Yeah, I do, because Ben gets a lot of credit or whatever, but like playing during Brady and Manning's era, and then Breeze was there as well. And like, I don't know if he gets as many flowers as he should. But no, hearing that was awesome. He's my hero. You know that.
Trying to get 7 this year, though. Tom,
yeah,
maybe
we are.
you get it. Maybe
I woke up this morning and I literally thought to myself, I can't wait to go to hell and back with Aaron Rodgers.
Let's go.
To hell, but you might go see
It's not too hot. It's not too hot down there, brother.
Exactly.
Mother I might be taking you on a trip too.
That's right.
I'll go to the 8th dimension and back.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I like that. You should do that as a. Maybe you have to do that before the season to really.
No.
Before the program one day, and then we just kind of sit with Tone.
Yeah, I think before the season too, to pay respects to Mother I.
Yes.
And to Aaron, obviously. Mm-hmm. I think you should have to do that.
No, he doesn't do that anymore.
Make some calls.
Do you know? Do we know that?
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday.
What'd you say?
I said, "What's up, dude?" And he said, "I'm ready. Can't wait."
And then you asked him about ayahuasca?
No, I didn't want to talk to him too much. That was kind of like unwritten, unspoken words, because words have curses.
No.
Spells.
Words are spelled.
They're casted.
They cast spells. Watch it.
If that's how you guys want to take it, that's how you should take it.
Oh, you received that message differently from your quarterback and the man who's going to bring 7 to Pittsburgh?
I can't wait.
Are you guys winning the Super Bowl this year?
I don't see why not. Do you?
Fuck it. Why not? Packed AFC.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is Cincinnati and Baltimore. That might be a problem.
Cincinnati, Baltimore, Buffalo, Indianapolis, Kansas City. You know,
one of those doesn't fit, but I got you.
I'm not worried about the division. Division, you know how it is, BA. The division, you take care of the division. You were there.
Yeah, that's it. You're right.
Bills, Chiefs, yeah, those though.
Broncos.
He's still got to show me.
Chargers.
He's got to show me what Ben did. That's winning Baltimore.
Yeah.
I mean, Haloti not have hit him one time, busted his nose. He came over the sideline. Is it okay? His nose was like over here somewhere. Byron goes, "Ooh." He says, "Is that bad, Doc?" You're good.
Bruce, was that you? Were you there? Was that with AB when he ran the slot go against the Ravens to win?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
That's one
awesome.
of his first big catches.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown's so good at football.
Haloti Nada's nose was off of his face. Is that
Ben's
No, Ben's was crooked.
Haloti Nada. Too bad.
Hey, fist right to the no roughing the passer.
No flag.
No flag whatsoever.
Ben never got it.
Back when ball was ball.
Yeah, it's back when Ben was rolling out there with two boots.
Yeah.
He was two boots
Ice
before
bags
Carson
on
Wentz.
both knees.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben.
What a beast, Ben Roethlisberger. Good podcast host as well. Is this it right here? 3rd and 8? He's got his right foot taped. It's probably broken, if I had to guess.
That AB a 3?
Is that Mike Wallace?
Oh, that was the punch in the nose from Haloti Nada.
Ooh.
Okay, on the way down there, I think you saw him wrap him up.
yeah,
And a
I
kick to the
Yeah,
back of the
nice
head
knee.
from Bart Scott.
T-Sizzle got him in the back of the head.
Was that Suggs? Sorry. Yeah, Suggs with the kick.
Bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
Leaking.
Yep, can't even tell, Ben. Can't even tell.
You look good.
Ravens Steelers so awesome.
Oh, dude.
Haloti was a monster.
Boom, left hand right to
yeah.
the face. Haloti Nada with a left hook to your face. Yeah, you're good, dude.
His hand is
Yeah,
the
you
size
can't even tell. Oh my God, that had to hurt so bad. Oh my God. So you like Ben Roethlisberger, obviously, Andrew Luck,
Peyton
Manning. No, I'm just saying.
I love him. Yeah, I can't never say who's the best.
Tom Brady.
Well, you kind of did.
Yeah, Carson Palmer, even Timmy Couch. Timmy Couch took his Cleveland Browns to the playoffs.
Tim Couch.
Broke his leg in the last game, and then Kelly Holcomb goes in and throws for 420 yards against the Steelers.
That's so many quarterbacks that you've worked with, though, just like throughout the history of football. You getting
Carson,
to work with Tom Brady at the end of it, I thought was really cool.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, because like your umbrella of coaches and your people, Tom Brady seemingly was never going to be able to experience. I mean, he's chatted about how you're vastly different than Bill, but I would like to get his entire thoughts on like your guys' operation versus how Bill run it, because you guys both won Super Bowls, you know. So it's like such an interesting dynamic on how a building is run.
The funniest, Tom Moore, who's hilarious.
Oh yeah, they're great.
He's like, I got to root for this motherfucker. I've hated him for 20 years. I said, we're going to love him now, Tom. You damn right we are, brother.
Yeah, we have an opportunity to get Tom Brady in his building. We definitely love him, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, he was talking about earlier when he was like starting out coaching, or maybe not starting out, when he was coaching for Bear Bryant. And it's like, I don't know
with
if
Alabama.
Yeah, for Alabama. It's like that's for, I mean, as a new school dude, if you will, that's like the first coach you hear about growing up as like the father of college football coaching.
That's black and white film.
Big.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Oh, and one thing about Coach, we played 66 players in every game. He substituted every player. No assistant coach ever even think about sending anybody on that field.
Okay, so he just wanted the whole team to play. He didn't want starters.
Alan Gray would start at quarterback the first series, then he was the PP the rest of the game. And two other quarterbacks would come in and play.
This is Bear Bryant football?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how it always was?
Always. He believed in just wearing you out with waves and waves of fresh players.
Just soldiers.
Yeah.
Waves of soldiers.
And you say he personally did all the substitutions?
Everyone.
That's crazy.
You.
All the way to the Liberty Bowl at the end.
Yeah, for people that don't know, head coaches don't do that, at least today. Like, it's defense, they have like one of the assistant coaches who are responsible for every group, nickel, dime. Offense, I'm sure it's the same thing. Special teams, you have your punt unit. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, there's a lot happening there. Commotion coming on and off.
Yeah.
Too many men, not enough men. I mean, that is a real thing. So for 66 subs.
Yeah. Unbelievable, bro.
Unbelievable.
Other teams in hell.
Full speed.
Who is this guy?
I had 9 or 12 running backs get ready every game. Wishbone.
That's so cool.
I did not know this. How are we just now learning this? This is Bear Bryant football?
Oh, yeah.
12 running backs?
Yeah.
You're going to have Hale today, our 10th running back.
So
he's the most powerful.
See his
one.
legs.
We got thunder, lightning, thunder, lightning, thunder,
Tornado, hurricanes. We're playing Kentucky. We're supposed to be beating them by 30. We're losing in the fourth quarter.
How?
They don't have starters.
Eight string.
They're
Didn't have
beating
a
us.
good game.
We got the ball on the 2-yard line coming out, and the 4th-string guys are in there. I'm in the press back going crazy. Mal Moore, who was our offensive coordinator, great guy, hired Nick, and Mal, what the fuck are we doing? Get Lenny, get the good guy. He ain't saying shit, right? Man, one dude makes an unbelievable one-handed catch. The other guy makes the best block quarterback runs. We get out to the 20. Here come the thoroughbreds. We scored in 3 plays. I never questioned him ever again.
Yeah.
Use the 4s to get to the 20.
Set up the ones.
He trusted them. They were all seniors. All right. He trusted them to do the right thing to get us out of there. And then he put the thoroughbreds back in.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
That is
It's
unbelievable.
amazing.
I had no idea. Well, there are no famous anecdotes about a specific Bear Bryant substitute player. The legendary coach navigated several different eras of substitution roles during his career. One of his hallmarks was using platoon systems and substitutions to his advantage, like hockey, line 2, ensuring players were fresh and assignments were met. Wow. I didn't know that was the case.
That's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I didn't know. That won, too, right? We won a lot.
They more than anybody. I mean, I think in the 70s they were 105 and 10.
That's because they just...
I don't know if you've seen the special on the Wishbone.
Have
Just
not.
came out.
Okay.
It's a great tribute to, well, I think one of the brightest minds ever is Emery Ballard. He invented the Wishbone. And Darrell Royal let Chuck Fairbanks send Barry Switzer and guys down to Texas and learn the Wishbone from Emery. And Coach sent his Jimmy Sharp and those guys over to learn the Wishbone, and that flipped both programs.
Okay, so football owes the Wishbone.
It's a heck of a documentary.
You're
right
saying
now.
football owes the Wishbone, and
Oh,
the
God.
documentary definitely says that.
Totally, yeah. It's awesome.
It's like the Model T car.
Yeah.
It's like you need that at the beginning because you think about the Wishbone. What Army Navy was running it.
That's how they're beating everybody up to 3 years ago.
Yeah, because everybody got to the air raid, which was much like what you were talking about there. How Mummy, right, starts the air raid, and then his people start like kind of going across. Then the air raid takes over football, not just college football, takes over all of football. Everybody starts getting smaller. Now this Wishbone comes in and starts hammering everybody. It's like football is so cyclical. That is like such an obvious thing, which leads to number 1 player in the NFL, running back, Saquon Barkley. Congratulations, Saquon.
Well deserved.
Running back just a couple years ago, you guys didn't want to pay him. You didn't want to pay running backs a couple years ago. And now Saquon Barkley got paid 2 years in advance. And how much is he making per year? 20?
I want to say, 19.5, 20. He just got an extension. It was like 2 years, 42, I thought. So total money, I'm not sure on what he was making.
So from a time where, he was let out of the Giants building, all on Hard Knocks, where everybody saw it all unfold, to a time where no running backs were getting paid, he signs a deal with Philadelphia for less money than he probably could have made some places, does very well, and then they re-up him immediately and say, hey, we appreciate you here, we're going to pay you, and then his peers around the NFL are going to vote him the number 1 player in the NFL. What an exit from the New York Giants for Saquon Barkley. Everything has gone great since leaving that organization. AJ, obviously well-earned for Saquon and it all, and he carried the NFL there on his back for a bit. We were watching the Saquon Barkley show and the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line show for a good 3-4 weeks during that playoff run with the most amount of eyes.
Well, yeah, I think that's the scary thing for their opponents this year. They're returning Saquon and the offensive line, so that's, at the very worst, they're going to be still very, very good on the ground. But the thing is, other teams say, oh, there's the formula. That's what we're going to do. We got to run the ball. Like, there's only one Saquon, though. We know that. And there's only, you got to put together an offensive line. You got to find either running back by committee or somebody Saquon-esque to be your guy. But, Saquon is a special, special dude.
Saquon has the power of 12 running backs like it was back in the day.
That's right.
What are you seeing, Saquon, and more specifically, the offensive line and the way they go about running their offense over there in Philadelphia that you love, B.A.?
Big fan of Nick Sirianni. He's got a great respect for the game, and the history of the game. But that offensive line is not back.
Really?
Mekhi Becton's gone. Dickerson's hurt.
Yep.
Yeah, but he was drinking beers after practice. We think he wouldn't be drinking beers after practice.
He didn't practice on Monday for a Thursday night game. That scares me.
Yeah, but he was drinking beers on a practice field.
Yeah. They were expecting him.
That's okay. I mean, who doesn't?
I guess you're right. I guess you're right. That shouldn't be an indicator that he's feeling good. He's just feeling.
Yeah, it's not the same offensive line, but Saquon is he runs like a 150-pound back, and he runs like a 250-pound back.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the feet of that shifty little guy, that scat back guy, but he's got the power of Earl Campbell. I mean, this he's unique, and he was unique coming out, and I would have paid him because he also can run routes and be a great receiver. He's a very unique player.
I guess he's a leader too in the locker room. Loves him.
A great person. He's got the whole package.
Loves golf too. I guess.
He's a PA golf guy.
I guess he loves golf. Yeah, Pennsylvania guy, which is obviously good news. And Sirianni, let's go back to that. You talk about respect for the game. His dad was a coach, right? If I do recall, in Western Pennsylvania. Where did he coach at? IUP.
Yes, sir.
Coach at IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Obviously, that place has a lot of good time in its history, and I think probably in its presence, if I had to guess.
In the future.
They have, and probably in the future, they're going to have a lot of good times at IUP. But you're talking about just like old school football. And what did he tell Howie that his dad taught him? Coach Sirianni told Howie what?
O-line, D-line, Howie, O-line, D-line.
That's what his dad believes. That's what he believes. And they do. They're front four on defense, and then their offensive line, even though you point out a couple things that are certainly going to be maybe a little bit of adversity for them to figure out in the first, they build through the offensive line and defensive line.
So that's the way to do it.
I think so too.
And that's always been my philosophy too. You know, like if I get a quarterback, I'm not drafting 2 receivers. I'm drafting 2 tackles, all right, and a center. A
So we're
center.
inside out here.
Yeah, but those 2 guys got to protect him, and that guy's got to run it up front. Jeff Saturday, all right, who came out of nowhere.
North Carolina.
And
Where was he last night?
Good question.
He's North Carolina
he just had open heart surgery.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Jeff, we hope you're okay.
So that
we know where you were.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He had an aneurysm, had to have fixed.
What? Jeff,
He's doing great.
in peace, by
He's
the way.
doing good.
That's scary. I'm happy to hear he's
Oh,
okay.
it's real scary.
Jeff, good human for society, so I'm happy to hear he's
one
okay.
of the best. One of the best, yeah.
Okay, North Carolina. Let's get some wins for Jeff. He's on the mend. Jeez Louise. But Jeff Saturday, center for Peyton Manning, huge ordeal. That obviously became
Crazy.
a relationship for 11 years, 12 years.
Crazy how he got there. I forget who got hurt. We didn't have enough offensive linemen for camp. And we had drafted a defensive lineman out of North Carolina. I forget who it was. He went in and told Bill Polian, you ought to bring Jeff Saturday in. You know, he's one of the toughest guys I ever went against. Howard goes, he's too damn little. Jeff comes in, he starts, 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
Howard Mudd, rest
Howard,
in
one of
peace.
his favorite people. Oh, one of the best
Offensive
ever.
line coach, dog.
Oh, the best.
Absolute. There's some legends on that coaching staff.
Oh.
Rest in peace. JT, rest in peace. What an absolute beast on the defensive side over there, too. Colts had a lot of great ones, man. And we're going to do it again with Danny Dimes, who's another part of that Hard Knocks. You know, whenever Saquon left, number one player in the NFL, they stuck with Danny Dimes. It didn't work out. Now he's an idiot. He's going to be an all-pro. Here's the top 10 voted on by the players. Congratulations, Lamar Jackson, number 2. Josh Allen, number 3. Jamar Chase, number 4. Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Derrick Henry, Myles Garrett, Justin Jefferson, and Patrick Surtain the second round out the top 10 players voted on by their peers going into the season. D-Butt, how do you feel about the top 10? Got a defensive guy up there.
Yeah, I think it's a good list.
Top
You got
level.
the Defensive Player of the Year at 10 with Patrick Surtain. Myles Garrett, you know, I guess his peers view him as the best pass rusher in the league. Lamar Jackson, back-to-back years at number 2. I thought his season last season has been his best so far in his career. He's already a 2-time MVP. Could have easily been number 1, but Saquon deservingly so. I think he was deserving as well. Jamar Chase, Triple Crown. Best receiver in the game right now, Justin Jefferson right there behind him. I think this is a quality top 10. And Saquon, he got all the hype, deservingly so, but Derrick Henry had a phenomenal year last year. I think Jahmyr Gibbs will be in the conversation for best running back in the league this year. And Bijan Robinson, too, can be in that conversation as well. Some special backs right now.
It feels like the players here are talking about the Baltimore Ravens. Not a lot of talk about the Baltimore Ravens from the media.
No.
Nobody's, except for Butter.
Yeah.
Obviously, Butter's doing a lot of talking about the Ravens, which we appreciate.
They got to get it this year.
They can, though, right?
They're stacked.
The guy that I think should be on there is T.J. Watt.
Okay. All right. You're saying in the division.
Game record.
Enough.
He was number 11.
I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
no
there you
alignment.
go.
Don't say that to D-Butts, coach.
Okay.
He hates him.
I love TJ. He's a dog.
Oh, I heard what you said. Oh, look, feels like the players think Myles Garrett's the best pass rusher. I know. I heard what you
I'm
did
just
there.
saying what the peers say. I'm not in the locker room anymore. I'm just talking to
Did you do this top 100 vote?
I did not. Oh, as a player?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just votes, yeah. And Patrick Mahomes, too. I didn't want to disrespect Patrick Mahomes. He's up there at 5, which is based on his year last year. I don't think he was a top 5 player.
Wow.
But coming into this year with how the Super Bowl ended, I think he's going to come in scorched earth this year. I think he's got something to prove. But
he left that Nebraska Cincy game a little early. He had to get to bed.
Yep.
Obviously had kids as well. You know, he actually commented. I don't know if you saw that. So they posted Patrick Mahomes living Dylan Raiola's game early. Jeez, like he was committed to staying to that whole fucking game.
Great Raiola memes because of that.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about that?
I didn't like it at all. I like Patrick Mahomes underneath going, yeah, I'm a fucking adult, dude. I got kids.
Got 3 kids.
Sorry, man. I came to show love. I did try to come show love here. That guy does a lot of stuff like him.
Mm-hmm. I don't like
too much.
I know we're having Matt Rule on the program every year. I don't fucking like. Be your own man.
This
All
thing
right?
sucks. Everything else fine. They don't do this. They don't do like the hurry up thing. This has never been seen. Except for Mahomes, and people don't really like it when Mahomes does it. So when Mapartments, which is definitely the best nickname for him, when he starts doing it, then people.
That's a nickname.
What's a nickname?
Mapartments, like apartments, Mahomes.
Instead of Mahomes?
Yeah, a lot of people on the internet, Mapartments for Raiola, which again is great. But this is the only, like, because the warm up stuff, it's like, okay, you're trying to emulate and be like him.
Macondo.
Okay. Yeah. Bingo.
My lake house.
Yeah. Movilla.
Okay. I love the internet. I would have never thought of that.
Yeah.
That's fucking yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love the internet. It's the greatest place on earth. There's a lot of things, but why not emulate the next GOAT?
Exactly. No, and that's why the on the field stuff is cool. But this thing,
it's not cool.
This is the one. Yeah, you're right. That's right. The on the field stuff, I can
college man.
Him coming out and jumping around like Mahomes, him wearing exactly what Mahomes does with the glasses and the necklace. Like, I get it. Be your own fucking man, dude. You're the number 1, ranked prospect coming out. You're not Patrick Mahomes. And you know what? He doesn't even really look like him that much. Okay, he doesn't. So we can fucking stop that
What
right
are you
now.
talking about?
I don't know. No, he doesn't.
Mahomes cut his hair.
No, he doesn't
anymore.
When you see it 400 times a day, every single day, the more you see it, it's like, you know what? They really don't look that much alike. They have a similar haircut. Sure, I mean, I'm sick of it. Be your own man.
Now,
Be
that
Dylan Raiola.
opinion does exist. Ty has it. Others have it as well. There are
And I didn't have a problem with it. I really didn't. And then I was watching the Cincy game. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done with this shit. I'm sick and tired of seeing this. Because it's all we talk about. Every game. Every game.
You can see him realize it halfway through him doing this, too. You've seen that clip. He goes like this like twice and then realizes like,
that's not what Mahomes does.
Fuck. Yeah. And then like one like this on his helmet and then waits. He goes, okay, never mind. Let's fucking, here it is. Oh, yeah, come on. No, let's huddle. Yeah, fuck that. Let's huddle up.
Oh, see,
come on.
The kid's living.
Trying to get the play into his helmet.
No.
Good play.
What are
If
you
this
talking
was
about?
the only thing, sure, that's a reach.
That
All
was
the
a
fucking
reach.
shit-
Everything you just did was a reach right there.
No, because when you partner it with all the fucking shit, dressing exactly like him, the whole warm-up thing, all that stuff, when you partner them together.
Oh, so you feel exactly how he feels too, it sounds like. You were trying not to there for a bit. It feels like you kind of snapped.
I am not a college football team guy. The Iowa thing, you could argue, kind of factors
That may play a small role.
You could argue that factors in. I don't.
could.
I like Raiola. I think he's nasty, and I don't think he needs to do all that shit. That's why the extra stuff. Also, he's the son of an old lineman. He's like fucking 6'8". It's like, dude, you could do some really cool stuff when you're 6'8". I don't know, but Mahomes doesn't have all the cool, like, he's not eye to eye with Trey Smith like Raiola. You could just be like the biggest, toughest, grittiest son of a bitch.
He's going to be.
I don't know, because he's TikToking and he's doing this.
He's not TikToking. Coach Rule said no more
I'm
TikTok.
seeing clips. I don't know. All of a sudden, I might be an Iowa fan. The more we talk about this,
Is it Iowa or Nebraska? Is that how that goes?
It can't be either.
At this table?
Yeah, it can't be. One or the other.
Oh, really? Is that real?
It's like Auburn, Alabama.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because in the last 11 years, Iowa's beat Nebraska 10 times. Nebraska's won once, and people from Nebraska like to act like it's some big rivalry. It's not. They were never in the Big Ten. They are recently, So, no, Iowa fans don't think like that at all.
But you hate this guy because he's at Nebraska, so maybe you
No. That certainly plays a role.
So maybe
I also hate him because, like I said,
Jesus, you can't hate this guy.
You put those words into my mouth, and I kind of just spit them back out because he's a college kid. I don't give a fuck. Do whatever I want. That's cool. I'm just saying, I'm sick and tired of. He threw 15 touchdowns and 11 interceptions last year. He ain't fucking Patrick Mahomes. So let's stop with.
What's Gronkowski doing? We like where Gronkowski's at?
Well, I don't know. He won the FCS Heisman last year. So if he wants to act like fucking Josh Allen, who won MVP, I think that makes a little bit more sense because he's, proof's in the pudding. I mean, like I said, we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be a good season. It's gonna be a good season.
Is he acting like Josh Allen? I didn't know that.
No, not really. He's just a put your head down and go to work kind of guy, which is what I appreciate about him. Those are the kind of guys we want in Iowa City.
Gronkowski.
Exactly.
BA, how much you follow college ball? Did you get your start in college ball?
Yeah, started at Virginia Tech.
Right after playing?
Yep. Was a graduate assistant. Got hired full. Danny Ford left and went to Clemson. Charlie Pell was on our staff also. I was Charlie's graduate assistant, and then Danny left. I got a full-time job making $10,000 in a car. Rich, but I thought I would hit the fucking lottery.
Yeah, living, baby.
And bought a house, had a baby, and got fired.
No longer got 10,000 in the car.
Yeah. Welcome to college football.
That's coaching. How long did you coach in college before you went to the NFL?
15 years.
Holy shit! So you're very well versed in the college world.
I was head coach for 6 years in college.
Temple.
Mm-hmm.
Great time. See the pictures over there. You guys had some legends on your staff.
Yes, we did.
Right? There's big names that are on your staff there at Temple.
Mm-hmm.
If we're to pull that up, can we pull that up? The picture has a who's who. Temple. Are you guys great?
No. We did beat everybody except Penn State in the East.
It had to be Penn
They
State.
came close. Paul Palmer, the best football player I've ever coached.
Who's on your staff there?
Paul Davis was my defensive coordinator, who was Shug Jordan's defensive coordinator for 15 years, was the head coach at Mississippi State in 61 and 63. And he ran the split tackle 6. And I won it. Everybody started going to trips and motion. And he was actually he was best friends with Coach Bryant, and he was on our staff at Alabama the last year. And I wanted him to teach me that defense. And then I talked him into coming to be our defensive coordinator to teach it to Nick Rapone. And then he retired. I brought in John Devlin, who signed me to my scholarship at Virginia Tech.
And then you hired him.
Yeah.
That's a cool move. Good for you.
Yeah, and John stayed with us. Clyde Christensen. Well, half those guys were on my staff at Arizona. And
Yeah, Clyde. That's what I'm saying. Clyde Christensen,
Clyde,
obviously.
Nick Rapone, John Latina, Ray Zingler, who was from Pitt, had Coach Hugh Green and those guys out there. And
Yeah, remember, it's from what year is this?
83 to 88.
Jesus, so long.
Bill Clay, yeah.
And then your first job in the NFL is with?
Kansas City with Marty Schottenheimer coaching running backs. And I had to cut Paul Palmer. That was hard. That was the hardest day of my life.
Damn. Hey, I'm a nobody.
Marty did not like little backs. And Paul was the number 1 pick of theirs and runner-up for the Heisman and led the nation in rushing 2 years at Temple. And you know who we played. And that was a hard day. But Christian Okoye, Barry, he liked big backs. We were like 240, 260, 250.
Hell yeah. How about you? So
Nigerian nightmare.
Kansas City, legend. Kansas City to Pittsburgh. When do you end up in Pittsburgh?
Oh, not for another 3 or 4 firings.
Cleveland, you were there?
I was Cleveland and went to the playoffs. Next year, got fired and went to Pittsburgh. 2002, maybe, around there.
What a run you had at Pittsburgh.
Unreal.
Tommy Gunn.
That was a good 8 years, yeah.
Tommy Maddox.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Tommy Gunn, XFL sensation.
Oh, yeah.
It's his birthday today, by the way.
Happy birthday, Tommy.
Happy birthday, T.
Happy birthday, Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, baby.
There's no way he thought that was happening today.
There's someone else's birthday today, too. I forget.
Terry Bradshaw.
There it is.
Terry Bradshaw, another Pittsburgh Steelers legend.
Yeah, baby.
Terry Bradshaw. He put his finger on point of the ball when he threw it.
He did.
Unbelievable. Man can sling it now.
Doc, you didn't put him as your... No, we're not going to get back into that. Joe Montana's top 3 is doing some numbers on the internet.
Yes, it is.
As I expected.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. As I expected. And at the end of this, you and BA are going to create a segment that everybody's going to talk about. Is what I said 2 questions into it.
You did.
And then lo and behold, yeah, pretty big. It's going pretty big out there. It wasn't your top 3, right? And also, if you were a GM drafting right now, is potentially not getting in the conversation,
That's an important part of it.
That's a big part of it. And also, Brock Purdy can't be a part of it.
Right.
Which people I don't think they're seeing that either.
Well, because of the age thing, I think is a big, picking Josh Allen and Mahomes, I think they're pretty close.
They are pretty close.
In age.
Yeah, but there's a birthday, a leap year or 2.
Joe was just
He
getting
must be right.
Yeah. Plus,
He was just wakey. He's living his life. We got the double golds.
Yeah.
Double golds.
I mean, early on, him going, oh, fuck, all right.
I think he was in Hawaii, I think. So that's a 6-hour difference.
Early morning.
Jeez.
Pretty bright over there.
What are you guys doing? You guys are already up, huh?
Yeah.
We doing this?
Yeah, you quiet down a little bit. Maybe you're talking pretty loud right now.
Double golds. I had about 10 of those last night. My head is pounding. Puking baby. All right, BA, we appreciate you, man. You want to make a putt for the people?
Oh.
A what?
A putt.
Oh, I got 5 or 6 putters in the lake right now.
Next week.
Yep.
All right, BA, we appreciate you traveling out. We'll see you next week, brother.
We see you next week, baby.
You're the man. Thank you for doing this. Hell yeah. You're going to be great.
Yeah.
The BS or no BS with BA is going to get out of control. I want to let you know that is going to become, that becomes the place where we can just really put all the absurd shit in there. And then you'll have to be the one that kind of guides us. And also, you're going to shape a lot of our thoughts. So just think about that when you're watching these games.
Got it.
We appreciate it in advance. You're going to make us smarter, make us better, make us more entertaining.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I know that.
Are you going to wear that ring every time?
I don't think so.
Come on.
It looks awesome. It actually sounded awesome, too, because you can open that son bitch at the top, and then there's, like, people that live inside of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Whole world.
There's, like, diamonds in there and stuff that are just living in there, and then you just got to put the top back on. We could hear that a couple times, that there was maybe an actual dome on top of something. It's a beautiful ring. They did a great job with that.
Yeah, Darcy
Can you open the...
Yeah.
Is that a Jason?
Wow. That's our locker room's a diamond, and all the scores.
You have to show the camera a little bit.
There it is.
Yeah.
Then Historic was the first team to ever win at home. Then the Rams copied it to the T.
Yep.
And they won at home, too.
Yeah, that used to be a thing nobody would get lucky enough to have it be their year, the year that they're hosting.
Yeah, never happened.
Then the
And,
first
of course, we only had 30,000. I think 32,000.
No, but remember, there's 27,000 cardboard cutouts.
Oh, yeah, because I'm looking for my sister, and all of a sudden I see something moving. And Mom was 94 to find out then she was there.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that happened.
She's 100 now.
Legend.
Happy birthdays. We missed them all.
She had a hell of a party, I promise.
Yo, I could have met 100 years old.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's a long time in the genes.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, she's amazing.
So you're going to live forever.
I doubt it. I'm bored like my dad. He went at 79.
We hope not. We hope you're around forever, and we appreciate you. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together. Come on, Tone. Please, Tone.
He's coming.
What was that? A good fist bump?
Whipped his headphones out, I think.
Oh, yeah, because they can get a little feisty.
Stuck a little bit.
Yeah, fucking ears, the Buccaneers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, team on me. Anything to say to the team? Coach?
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.